Good evening, good evening, good evening. Um, I got I got something for y'all. It's called from it's from Law and Crime, and it's a home invasion where unfortunately the couple was unalive. Let's get it.
We live in a modern, connected world. Your security system should keep pace with your on-the-go life, giving you peace of mind and the ability to control what happens. You'll get shot, whichever way it goes. In the quiet suburbs of Pensacola, Florida, a fairy tale family life was shattered in an instant. On Thursday, July 9th, 2009, Escambia County Emergency Communications received a horrifying call. Sheriff's Department, what can I do for? Where are you at? I live next door and the daughter came over and said the mother and father have been shot. She said they've been shot? Yes. The girl stayed at April Spencer's home while April checked on the neighbors. I don't want you to be in any danger, okay? Okay, what's going on? They're in the bedroom, ma'am. Please God, please God. Police arrived and searched the 7,500 square foot residence. A blood trail from the living room led them to the primary bedroom, where the homeowners lay motionless with multiple apparent gunshot wounds. It was clear that the victims were beyond saving. The female victim, Melanie Billings, suffered 3 gunshot wounds to the head and 1 to the chest. The male victim, Bird or Bud Billings, sustained gunshot wounds to both legs with additional shots to the head. 66-year-old Bud Billings was a successful businessman who dabbled in many ventures, including his most recent, WorldCo Financial Services, a used car financing company that helps people with bad credit purchase a vehicle. While being known as ruthless in business, he was also quite the family man. Together with his 43-year-old wife, Melanie Billings, they had created a haven for children in need. The couple had 17 children in total. 4
Dang.
biological children from previous marriages and 13 adopted, many with special needs like autism, Down syndrome, or developmental delays. They transformed their home into a supportive sanctuary, complete with therapy rooms and a structured routine. Bird and Melanie were hailed as local heroes for their adoption efforts. Back at the scene, police moved the kids to April's house. Shortly thereafter, April called Ashley Markham, Melanie's biological daughter, and informed her that she needed to get to her parents' house urgently. April then called Justin Billings, Bud Billings' adopted son. Ashley and Justin arrived on the scene. After being informed of his parents' death, Justin offered to show investigators how to obtain the surveillance footage from the home. The system, intended to monitor the children, appeared to have captured the attack. Detectives viewed what they could at the scene and had a computer technician make copies to review at the station. As the coroner and crime scene technicians begin working the scene, family and friends of the Billings are brought to the sheriff's office for interviews. We appreciate you coming in. Your truck down here, say yours? That's my truck. Cool. You leave anytime, right? Up here, until justice is found. Well, hopefully we're on the right track. I've assisted in trying to, identify the car, vehicle, and helping us with the video and everything. What we got, we picked up. I just want to look at this and, yeah, because I did. Pull us off the video. Video at your house? How your mom and dad's house? You did say that, didn't you? I paid attention to details, but was that military school? What did you do after you graduated high school? I went to college. I went to, Wentworth Military Academy in, where's that located? Lexington, Missouri. But I was there maybe 3 months, and I didn't like it. So I asked my dad if it was okay for me to come home. And if he'd be mad at me, he goes, no, if that college isn't for you, just come home and go to PJC. As the case goes on, I want to talk to you more. We learn different things. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Does that make any sense? Just don't feel uncomfortable. And again, I want to make sure you know you came here on your own free will. Yes, sir. And you can leave. Yes, sir. Anytime you understand that. Yes, sir. Do you swear to me about this is a trip and let me let the trip the rest of your knowledge? Yes, sir. Okay. Let's start again on Thursday night. Yes, sir. Good night. You and Brad were together? Yes, sir. Okay, I guess let's start there. You
go together all day? Yes, let's start at the end of the day. I'm talking about late AM.
We didn't wake up until about 10.
Where were y'all at?
At his parents' house. And we were house sitting because his parents were out of town.
Okay.
I went over to his grandparents' house, borrowed the vehicle because he had some job applications that he wanted to apply for.
Borrowed what?
Ford Explorer. Like a dark. It's his grandparents. We went driving to the mall and he applied at 2 or 3 stores there. Then we went to the Nissan dealership. He applied there. We started looking around at cars. We were there for a while looking at the new Nissan GTR. Then we went back to his grandparents' house, dropped the vehicle off, went back over to his parents' house, watched the movie, got a call from his grandparents saying dinner's ready, come on over and eat.
What bag y'all on?
Street about waters wearing a towel.
What the hell's going on with the towel, Coach?
Gotta let that thing breathe sometimes. Look,
Oh, jeez.
I got my lucky underwear, which I knew I had to wear in the press room. So I wanted to preserve the pants and my underwear.
Then you come on. I Am Legend or Bangkok Down. We've watched so many movies that day. Can't remember one. That I don't know. Like we would watch movies because it'd be stolen in days. So it's either I Am Legend or Bangkok Dangerous. And then we got the call from his grandparents saying dinner's ready. So
What time was that, do you think?
5:30.
5:30?
Yeah.
You know, whenever to eat?
Yes. Okay. We were there for a good while. I mean, we stopped and we were eating, we were talking about the military, talking about me going in, talking about Greg going in. So we were there for a while. After we got done eating, we went back over towards Greg's parents' house. We got the call from my sister saying I need to go back to my parents' house. Something's wrong. To get there as fast as I can. So we're heading that way. Halfway there, we got a call from April. And she's crying and screaming hysterically. I couldn't understand her. I asked her what's wrong. She said there's something wrong with your parents or something. So I hung up the phone with her and I continued driving. I got there were cops everywhere. I drove all the way down and got out. I went to go towards the house and one of the sheriffs said, "You can't go in there. You have to stay out here." Then we were told that we had to go in April's house, and then we waited. They called me to go check cameras.
That's when I made contact with you.
Yes, sir.
And you said, and you advised that you knew how to run the cameras.
Yes, sir.
You helped us change cameras, correct?
Yes, sir.
You told me about the front yard,
Yes, sir.
and at that time we noticed a vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Is that the same vehicle that we noticed?
Yes, sir, that is.
But at that time we didn't see it on color, right?
No, sir.
It was on the black and white.
Yes, sir.
You knew it was Dodge.
I could tell from the body that it was a Dodge. I've been around cars my whole life. I've studied cars. I know what the Dodge.
What type of body Dodge? What body style is that?
With that body style or with any Dodge?
Well, that this particular vehicle.
Well, the front end is flatter than most in a Ford and a Chevy. And a Chevy would have a giant bow tie right there. That right there is a Dodge 3500. That's what it looks like to me.
When do you know to drive a van like that? Or you've seen a van like that?
No one. The only van that I know is my mom's personal white Chevy 3500, which was in the back.
Let me ask you this. While we were in the house and going through the video to get to the vehicle, when we were getting to the front yard camera, did you ever see any video of any of the incident?
Of what happened to my father?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I did.
What'd you see?
I saw 3 men come in through the door closest to the laundry room. I saw my dad go down, and then they dragged him. I saw my dad standing, say, "This is the couch." My dad was right here. I saw him go down right here, and then they came over and they dragged him to this room.
All three of them?
No, just two of them. I don't know what the third one went. I couldn't watch anymore.
Did you see anything else of it?
No, sir. And then y'all asked me back up there to change different camera views and to show y'all.
Because you knew how to work the system very well.
Yes, sir.
How long have you known Greg?
Since 6th grade.
Oh, so y'all been friends for a while.
Yes, sir.
Did you make any phone calls to anybody that wasn't family last night? And told them what happened?
No, I had family calling all night though. I called her when I was at my parents' house because we were supposed to meet up. I was calling her telling that I couldn't meet up because something had happened to my parents.
That's what she said.
And she's like, all right, just call me when you get a chance or whenever you when you're able to speak again.
Okay.
And I haven't talked to her since.
You didn't call her a second time, or she didn't call you to check on you?
She called to check on me again.
Was it that night or today?
It was that night.
What was said then?
She asked because her mom had just found out, and her mom was in the background crying, asking if I was okay, and she just wanted to make sure that I was okay. What was going to happen to the kids.
Did you tell her what was happening?
I told her that if anything, I actually would get custody of the kids since she was the oldest.
No, did you tell her anything about the incident?
Not that I recall.
You didn't tell her that your mom and dad had been shot?
I might have. I really don't remember.
Did you tell her that the safe had been taken?
No, because I didn't know if it was gone or not. I didn't know anything about the safes until someone kept asking me what was in the contents of the safe.
Do you know that?
I knew there was paperwork, jewelry, and prescriptions of my sister who died in August. That's all I knew that was in there.
They hadn't got rid of them yet?
It's sentimental. My mom wouldn't have gotten rid of it. My mom has everything of my sister Nikki's. And it was my mom's biological daughter, so it was even harder.
She had a hard time with that, I guess.
Very hard time. We all did.
Do you have a girlfriend or an ex-girlfriend? Something happened today when you talked to her? Did you learn something?
No.
Huh?
I have an ex-girlfriend, but I haven't talked to her since me and her broke up.
What's her name?
Patricia.
You haven't talked to her at all?
No, me and her we broke up on bad terms. So the last I heard from Greg is that she works at McDonald's.
You talked to Patricia's mom?
I saw her because we went to Waffle House this morning, and then afterwards we went to Walgreens, and her mom works at Walgreens.
I see.
And we bought the paper because I walked in, I saw the paper, I saw my mom and dad on it, and I grabbed it. And she came up and she hugged me and said, "I'm so sorry." That was it.
Now, you know how important it is when we're asking these questions, because we're not saying you've done anything, but to help us solve this thing, you know how important it is
Oh, yes, sir, I know.
for honesty.
Oh, 100%, sir.
And you understand most of the time when him or I ask you a question, we probably know the answer.
Yes, sir.
Did you text her?
I texted her. I didn't talk to her.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know it had to be that.
Yeah, she texted
Because
me.
we can play games like this all night. Because I can get silly.
No,
Because I don't think that's funny at all.
no, she did text me and asked me if everything was okay.
Why wouldn't you tell me that when I asked you?
You asked if I talked to her. I didn't talk to her.
Why
I
wouldn't you
text
say,
her.
why wouldn't you say that then? And I'm not getting in your, I'm not busting your chops, man, but you gotta help us. If I'm here trying to work with you and we're trying to take care of see you killed your mother and father,
Yes, sir.
right, or executed them,
Yes, sir.
why when I ask you that question, why wouldn't you say, well, no, but I texted her? Okay, during them texts then, what did you learn?
That she had found out from the news, and she was wondering if I was okay, what was going to happen with the kids.
Right, see, that's not that hard.
Right. Because when we dated, she
Yeah, y'all were close.
yeah, she hung out with the kids, and then, I haven't heard after that. I didn't text her.
Did you ever mention to them that you thought that you were a target?
I told him that, why would you just stop and let something happen that we could all be targets? My whole family could be a target. And they're like, well, don't you need to just, like, stay around police? And I'm like, the police are doing the best they can. I mean, they can't have cops at every house that all my brothers and us are at, so
Did you tell them you were worried about their safety too?
I don't know, I might have been a little worried because I don't know what's going on. I know if someone knew that me and her were together, I didn't know if they knew what she looked like or whatever. So,
Why would you be a target? Before you
Yeah, why? That sounds weird.
everything you can think about. Because if it's something that you're scared to tell us, you know, if you're scared of somebody, let us help you.
the only reason why I thought I was a target is because I knew there was a guy named Cab that double-crossed my dad with car business or something. And I know him and my dad got into a big argument, and I was there.
When did the argument take place?
Um, about a year ago.
Was it crash night?
No, just that my dad was disappointed in him for stealing from him. I mean, he said if you needed money, you could have just asked. You didn't have to steal it from me. And Cab just stormed out.
Who's that?
It's Cab.
That's Cam?
That's Cab.
So your dad's having problems with him?
Yeah. I think my dad was trying to sue him for theft or something.
Are they partners or?
They were, because they used to sell cars down to Mexico and all that. He was a translator and salesman.
What do you mean by translator?
He spoke Spanish.
Oh, okay. And for the record, it's because we're on tape here, so everybody knows. He's identifying Henry Tice.
Why would you think he's gonna put a damn contract out on you?
Because when it first happened, he just up and vanished and not being able to be found. And then this happened.
This sound weird.
The only person that would have a grudge against my dad would have been him that I know of.
Well, who's got a grudge against you?
I don't know. There could have been a lot of people. I mean, I helped my dad repo cars. There could be a lot of people that have grudges against me because of just that. And there's no telling how many people he knows or whatnot. So once I was dismissed from my parents' house, I made calls to friends. I've got friends that know people that know people. I asked them, does anyone know of anything going down with robberies, murders, hits, anything in Pensacola, Florida? If they knew anything that involved 3 men with a red van in Pensacola, Florida. I've been trying to do this on my own, trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, that's what we're saying. It's not working out too well for you, is it?
All I got so far from a friend is that it's 3 men from Colorado.
Who told you that?
One of my friends from Colorado. He has a rat that's part of a gang. He said that there was a hit somewhere.
This here makes no sense now.
Description that I gave him.
Well, when would a gang come after you? After your mom and dad?
I don't know.
How would a gang know where your mom and dad live?
That's what that's
Well, gotcha.
And what does your dad do right now?
he would stay at home most of the time because he was injured.
Sell cars, occasionally.
No,
Finance company, occasionally.
he would go up there and help Ashley.
Okay.
Paperwork and that was it. He doesn't really do anything up there.
All right, so just out of the blue, a gang from Colorado come kill him?
I said that's all I've gotten from my friends.
Well, I mean, be in my spot and his spot, would that make sense to you?
You told me to be completely honest. I'm being completely honest.
And I don't mean to bust your
What's the phone number this friend in Colorado?
We're just tired and frustrated.
You're tired and frustrated. The only people I get pissed off are repoing cars. That's about it.
Or selling dope too?
Nope.
You don't do drugs then?
Nope.
You ever done a drug scene?
Have I ever done drugs?
Or sold
I've never sold them, but I have done them.
My main mission, I told you last night, is find out who done this to your mom and dad.
Yes, sir.
And done this to your family.
Yes, sir.
That's my main mission. But we cannot do our job right. And the more that we sit here and ask you these questions and you kind of walk around the answer, that does, what do you think that tells us? That you're holding something back on. If your name comes up, that this was, this maybe had some knowledge, it's not going to be nice. It's not going to be pretty.
We've done this too long, man.
Wait a minute. Do I think you killed your mom and dad? No. No.
Heck no.
Do I think you planned it? No. Do I think you suspect someone? Or maybe have some insight on who did this? Yeah, sure do.
If I knew more information, I'd be chasing these people down myself.
See that? Cell phone number's on the back.
Sir,
You call me anytime you want to.
give us a chance to talk for your mom and dad, to speak for your mom and dad. Give us that chance.
I told you everything I know.
Come on. There we go.
Give us that chance.
I told you everything I know.
Next, investigators spoke with James Markham, Ashley's husband.
The sheriff's office is investigating a homicide that occurred on Wilbur Highway last night. And you're aware of this, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you know the homicide victims, right?
Yes.
And what are their names?
But Hillary Billings,
And how do you know that?
they're my in-laws.
So, you're married to their daughter? Okay. And how long have y'all been married?
We've been dating since 97.
Okay.
And we've been married 2 years.
Okay. And you own Markham Automotive, is that right?
Yes.
And Mr. Billings, was he a business partner of that business?
He kind of, once we got married or about to get married, he kind of brought me in so he could start going out and start a family business for him.
Okay. And what do you mean by going out? What did he do?
He was just slowly trying to retire.
Okay. Would he finance other car dealers in the area?
Yes, he would.
And this is basically a cash transaction?
Yes.
Okay, mainly cash.
Checks, I guess.
And he was basically the loan shark, if there's no better word to everybody around here.
Correct. He would pull some credit checks and skip trace people. But
Okay. So he wouldn't have to go to a regular financial institution, is that right? Okay.
he did personal interviews.
He would routinely have money on him, right?
Yes.
And where would he keep this money?
Normally in his briefcase.
And can you describe that briefcase?
The new one he has was a black with silver clasps.
We showed you and your wife a briefcase today, right? And is that the briefcase he normally kept money in? Okay. And I told you that we recovered that briefcase and there's no money inside. Okay. Where would the money be if it wasn't in the briefcase?
A home in a safe or
Okay.
in a bank. I mean, he didn't keep any at the office or anything.
Okay. And there was some kind of financial dispute between him and Mr. Billings, is that right? Tell me about that.
Mr. Billings floor planned him. In other words, he owned all of his car, or most of his cars. And as they sold them, he would pay off what he owes to Bud and then receive a portion of the if it was financed, he would receive like 60% of the deal. And if it was cash, he would get, it all.
He would get all of it.
Right, if it were cash.
So I can understand. He gives money to another dealer, right?
Yes.
To buy a car.
Yes.
And they take that car to their lot, right?
Right.
And then they end up selling that car, right?
Right.
And what are they supposed to do with the money?
95% of the time, Bud would then finance the vehicle to a new customer. And he had it worked out different with different dealers, but 80% of the contract would go to the dealer and 20% goes to Whirlpool Financial Services. And that's kind of how they make their
So
money.
he get 20% profit, basically, right? When the car was sold.
Mhm.
Okay.
But he would front the money.
He would fund
And
the
then
money.
if it got
He'd
repossessed, the
expect-
dealer pays
He'd
back.
expect the 20%, right?
Right.
Was this gentleman doing that? Was he paying his bills?
But for a while, yes, he seemed like the greatest guy ever, and it kind of just slowly fell apart, and checks got bad, and
Tell me about that. When did that start?
I'm guessing it started slowly towards the end of '07, and as we got into '08, it just steadily got worse, which it typically has with more dealers that we've dealt with. It's like a snowball effect.
Mr. Mills was pretty upset over him not paying his bills, right?
Sure.
How much money did he owe?
I don't know,
100,000?
or more.
Okay. He filed a police report, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Was there any drama going on between him and Mr. Tice? You know, him coming into work complaining that he won't call me back. There was no drama over this lawsuit also. There was a lawsuit, right?
Right. And it was never really talked about at work. If so, it wasn't to me. It may have been
Okay.
to his daughter.
Have you ever known Mr. Tice to go over to the residence?
I know that he has. I can't recall when I was there, but, you know,
Who told you he had been over there?
well, Ashley and Bud and Melanie, they were all pretty good friends for a while
Until he
until it fell apart.
As suspicion grew about Bud Billings' former business partner, computer technicians informed detectives that the home surveillance footage was ready for viewing. At 7:05 p.m., a large red van pulls into the front yard of the Billings residence. Immediately, 3 individuals exited the van. 2 went toward a side entrance, while 1 entered through the front door. A few seconds later, from a wood line nearest to the property's front gate, an additional 2 men entered the residence through the side entrance. The assailants confronted Bud and Melanie in the living room. Within seconds, Bud is shot in the leg and goes down. Melanie hopelessly watched as one of the intruders put a handgun to Bud's head. The couple was then forcefully taken to their bedroom. There were no cameras in the bedroom, and the system lacked audio capability. A few minutes later, the assailants emerged from the bedroom area and quickly made their way to the van with a large object. The item was placed in the back of the van, and the vehicle sped away from the scene. Investigators published screenshots of the red van, hoping the public could help identify it. It didn't take long as a man claiming to be the former owner of the van reached out to the sheriff's office.
Do you get when DigiKey sends us one exciting new part and no limitations?
We're about to find out. We're Tomorrow Lab, a tech innovation studio based in New York City.
Since 2010, we've helped startups and global brands turn bold ideas into real hardware that people actually use.
And this is Potentially Genius.
The van reached out to the sheriff's office.
We're here in reference to a short time ago. Could you describe that vehicle to us?
Sure, it was a 1982 Dodge van, B250, that's a 3/4 ton. It had an 89 front on it. It had been in an accident back in the 1990s, and the front end was damaged terribly, so a front end from an 89 was put on it. It was a red color, faded, had a lot of rust on it, a little bit of primer paint, and had a lot of tar in the roof.
Describe the exterior look of the van.
It looked like a piece of junk. It was faded red, it had rust all over it. The vehicle itself was not built as a passenger van. The people who owned it before me had converted it to that. You'll notice the rear windows on the sides don't go all the way back. It had the extra little window like the passenger vans that somebody who owned it before me. It had those things cut in it in glass booths, which makes it very distinctive. There's not another van like that. You sold that van on Craigslist, right? I had it listed on Craigslist. I listed it one day and sold it the next. I listed it for $300 because I wanted to get rid of it. Today, you were reading the Pensacola News Journal, July 11, 2009, is that right? That is correct. And you saw a photograph in the paper. I did. And it was related to a murder that the sheriff's office in Scotty County is investigating. That is correct, yes, sir. You recognize that picture? Yes, sir, I did. What really set it off for me is I saw that gray primer paint back there by the rear wheel. Okay. And I saw that right back there where that window doesn't go all the way back. Okay. As you'll see on the pictures I provided you. There was something distinctive about the front grille too, right? It's chrome, which most of those weren't. That is the newer grill, at least it looks like in that picture, the newer grill that the 89 had instead of the 82. And then I looked in the book, I found my documents that had the VIN number on it. I want to make sure I had everything right before I called the sheriff's department. Describe the female that responded to your Craigslist. As I remember, her name was Terry Pond. I was going to say about 50 or so. My wife said she thought she might have been a little bit older. She was short, I want to say 5'3" or so. She was heavy. She wasn't, morbidly obese, but she was heavy. Maybe she weighed 160 pounds or so. And she had blonde hair about shoulder length. And it was not natural blonde. The lady who bought the car, Terry, stated that, as I remember, the vehicle was for her son and his family because their car had either just been repossessed or was going to be repossessed. And he had a lot of kids. She said he had 6 kids.
Investigators then tracked down Terry Poff.
Ms. Hoffman, do you really just hear about the Dodge van that you purchased a while back? Can you tell us about that?
Okay, I purchased a Dodge van that I got on Craigslist from a gentleman called Briggs for $300. First day it came out on Craigslist because I thought it would be an appropriate vehicle for my son and his family since they have such a large family, knowing their car is about to be repossessed. My son took the van to a mechanic, which has been at this mechanics ever since he picked it up. To my knowledge, he hasn't driven the van except to drive it to the mechanic. I haven't seen it parked in his driveway. His wife is not able to drive the van because she's not able to drive a stick and she's pregnant. And so, as far as I know, he hasn't driven the van except to the mechanic. The mechanic is
What's your son's name?
Patrick Gonzalez.
Okay, and he lives here in Gulf Breeze?
Yes.
Detectives made contact with Terry's son, Leonard Patrick Gonzalez Jr. He escorted them to the van at his father's trailer home on Palm Court. Police brought Leonard Patrick Gonzalez Sr. and Jr. to the station for an interview. Meanwhile, investigators received permission from Sr.'s wife, Carol Brandt, to search and photograph the property and the red van. The interior of the trailer is well worn. However, one item stuck out, a new shoebox. With Carol's permission, a detective collected the shoebox. Based on the van matching the one in the surveillance footage, detectives obtained a search warrant and towed the vehicle to the station for processing. At the station, Patrick Gonzalez Jr. agreed to speak with detectives, while Leonard Gonzalez Sr. refused.
Roger, what? Fight back. What is that? We provide kidnap prevention, adoption awareness training to children and women. Martial arts? Well, more awareness, and we teach several countermeasures and good defensive tactics. Most times someone gets touched as an acquaintance, it's someone they know. Rarely does a stranger come and attack somebody. So we teach about the red flag characteristics of an acquaintance. Someone touches me in a way that makes me feel bad, I tell someone I trust. Things like that. Awareness stuff, empowerment stuff. You can do anything you put your mind to. I talked to them about my background, my past. I'm sure you saw a lot on me, so, I've come a long way. We just got the service to mankind award from the Sertoma Club. My wife and I did. We turned 20,000 kids in the last 2 years.
And we appreciate you coming here today.
Whatever I can do, I don't, believe me, when I saw the pictures on the TV, I was like, damn, and I know the guy, so I'm thinking,
What guy?
the guy that this is about that thing in Beulah, right? That's what my mom told me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You saw the picture of the van on TV?
Yeah.
That's your van.
Excuse me.
That picture is the same van that's in your yard, right?
Similar. Very similar to that van, but no, it's not. It can't be the same van. It's not the same van.
Okay. Why is that?
It can't be the same van. That van it's been over there. It couldn't have.
That's not your dad's one?
Yeah.
Then you know about the death investigation. You know about Mr. Bugs.
Yes.
I guess we'll start. How do you know?
I've known him, let's see, about 2 years ago. He made a donation to Project Fight Back.
What do you mean by donation?
We gave us $5,000.
5,000.
Yeah, one of those, I think, just gave it to us. He said, I like what you're doing. Yeah.
That's 8 bags.
Yeah.
What happened from there?
Yes. We haven't spoken with him or seen him in a couple of years.
A couple of years?
I went to Cab and asked them for some money. And to see if I could get some money for the studio and for Project Back. And he said he might have someone that'll make a donation. And originally I was hoping he would be a business partner, but he said, I can't do that. He said, but I will do this. And everything gave us $5,000 like it was nothing. This year he goes. Just like that. First time anyone's ever done that. The thing is, I even told him I'd come train him and his family and everything. That's why I'm just like blown away by the whole thing. I told him I'd teach him defensive tactics and everything.
So you met him through Cab?
Met him the first time, and then I came in, and that's when he gave me the money, because I gave him a proposal about Project Fight Back and everything and information. He's very security conscious. In his office, he's got monitors where he can see everything in his house all the time. This guy was well prepared. I'm surprised this went down like this without a shootout or something,
What made you get interested in martial arts?
Been training since I was 4 years old, my entire life.
Oh, you've done it forever.
My whole life. That's what I do. That's your man, all right? No. That's not mine.
You heard of the world's first AI university? It's called Maestro, and it's basically learning from AI, not just about AI. You can get fully accredited degrees, and the best part is
That's not mine.
That's not your thing.
Looks something like it. You know what? Yeah, it is. It is. We're working to paint it. But yeah, it might have been when we first got it. It was kind of like that.
Look at that, man. That's
Looks a heck of a lot like it. That is not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
Okay.
If I was gonna do something, or anybody that I know would do something, I would not let them do it in my van.
When did she buy it?
About a month ago.
Where did you buy it from?
I don't know, some guy on Craigslist.
Were you looking for a van or something?
Something big enough to carry everybody and to carry mats and stuff like that.
For your business?
Yeah, for my family. I mean, I've got 6 kids.
You do?
Yeah, 6 boys, so one on the way.
All of them probably know martial arts.
Yeah, you want it.
I hear you.
But anyway, there were some problems with it, and I took it to my dad. He said he'd fix it. We were going to paint it. I was going to touch it up a little bit. I touched up some of the crap, but it just... It's a piece. But he said he'll work on it, so I think he's going to probably end up keeping it. So
What's wrong with it?
when you try to shift it, it goes, like the whole thing knocks back on you when you shift. And like the heater doesn't work, the AC doesn't work, it squeals real loud, and just a bunch of stuff. A bunch of things. I mean, the thing's not in good running condition.
When's the last time you drove it?
About a month ago.
Yeah.
So what I did know, on Wednesday I tried to, we were going to try to take it around the block.
You only met Bud twice,
Yes,
and that was at his office,
at his office.
which is where?
Right around the corner from the jail. I think it's on Old Palafox or Pace or something like that.
The first time you gave him the package.
Yeah, information on PFB. And then,
The second time he said, look, I don't know about that.
yeah, I'm not in the karate business, I'm in the car business, but I'll be happy to make a donation. And he said, wham, just like that.
Well, that was pretty cool.
Very cool. Are y'all going through the same kind of question with everybody that's got one like that? Because I've seen like 2 other vans just like that one.
Pretty much.
Okay, good. Because I'm saying, man, don't. I got nothing to hide. I'm
Anything
working.
we see like that's getting pulled over.
Yeah, you acting
Well,
funny.
that one, I mean, y'all can welcome to take it and inspect it, drive it if you can, whatever, you know, I'm open to whatever we got to do to work it out.
I appreciate you working with us. And that's all we're doing, man, just trying to get this solved.
Yeah. I mean, I hope you do. The guy had, you know, like 15 kids. Or the woman. That's the thing that really gets me. I mean, if it were like a... First of all, I'm wondering why nobody got shot. You know what I mean? That's what I'm wondering. Because Bird used to carry a gun. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering why he didn't. Yeah, I watch Law and Order, so I mean, I understand everything going on, so I'm fine with it. As long as I'm not guilty, I'm fine, so I'm easy, whatever.
Have you ever been to his house?
No. Never been.
Did you know where he lived?
I knew he lived over there in Beulah.
Did he tell you?
Yeah.
Have you let anybody borrow your van?
No. It's been sitting at my dad's house.
So your dad lives at this address on Palm?
Yeah, that's where he lives. I live in Gulf Breeze.
Okay. How often do you stay over there?
Stay over there? I don't stay over there. I come over there and visit occasionally.
You and your wife still together? Or?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I don't know what's on. 6 kids, you just about got to stay with her, don't you?
No, actually, we have number 7 on the way.
Well, that's good. That's even better reason to stay with her.
Yeah.
Thursday, which would be the 9th of last week. What were you doing?
Just running around, taking care of errands. Talked to my dad about the estate. Went by a buddy's house.
What do you mean talking about the estate?
My grandmother just passed away.
Oh.
So I went over there and talked to him about that. I know that it was Thursday because that was the day that he got all pissed off at me. So.
Your dad did?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because he gets to bed at like 6, and I got there a little bit later than what he wanted me to get there. So.
What time did you get there?
6:45, 6:30, something like that.
What'd you drive when you got there? What were you driving?
My truck.
Truck you're driving now?
Mm-hmm.
The Expedition?
Mm-hmm. Chatted with him for a while, talked about the estate. He's really sketchy. I mean, when you talk to him, you'll understand. He's got some serious issues. So don't take anything he says to, you know, oh my God, this guy's a suspect, because he's just you know, the guy's got brain damage, you know that. I mean, I don't know if y'all know that, you will know that. He's got brain damage, and he's real paranoid and believes that my aunt's trying to get him in trouble and all kinds of things and take all the family money that isn't really there and stuff like that. So we had to go calm him down, show him all the stuff, all the paperwork, and about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that.
Say about 30 or 40 minutes. Then what you did?
Went home.
Did you stop anywhere?
I did, I was gonna go to my buddy Greg's house, so I drove by that way, no one was there.
Greg,
And that's the way I went. Greg, he's a friend of mine. I'm fine with everything. I mean,
Okay,
just
cool.
as long as no one's saying that he did anything. I don't believe that he would, first of all, he didn't do that. I know my dad. He's not capable of that. For that matter, I'm not capable of what happened there. I'm not capable of that. I mean, I know y'all got to solve the case and you got to get it closed, but find the guys that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
All right.
And if we can eliminate you,
Yeah,
help
eliminate
us.
me as a
That way
suspect, whatever you got to
That
do.
way we don't have to talk to you anymore.
Right. Yes, sir. I went home, and in fact, you can probably go. Well, if you check AT&T, I know that y'all can see if I made any phone calls. You can go to my Facebook page. I was probably on the internet at that time when I got home. I probably went and checked my email right away or something. It's probably around, I don't know, 8 or 9, something like that.
Was your wife
Could've
home?
been too late. Yeah.
All the kids, of course. How would you wind up hearing about the murder?
On the television at 10.
What'd you think?
Well, they said it was a red SUV, and I'm going, I know that guy. I've got a red SUV, and I'm thinking, oh, you know what I mean? And then they came back later and said it was a red van. About that time, I was like, really? Oh, that's just great. That's what I thought at first. And then I heard about the wife and realized that was what happened. I thought that's really messed up. Everybody knows Mr. Billings was involved in a lot of stuff. So, I mean, that's
What was he involved in?
just, I mean, he's dead now.
Yeah, so help us out. Tell us. I mean, what you think might not be significant might be significant to us.
I
You know what I mean?
Get in any trouble with anything because I sure don't want to testify against some people. I don't want to do that, so I don't want to put myself in jeopardy. So we'll just say that he had business partners that were rather unscrupulous. He was known for it, on the street at least, I'd heard.
You might not be in a position to feel this way, okay? You're a suspect in this right now. That's what we're sitting here trying to tell you from the get-go. We're trying to
I know that.
Like, why do you think you're here?
Why do you think I was asking you where you were at?
I thought you were asking everybody that has a
Everybody's a suspect right now.
Everybody.
Everybody's a
Oh,
suspect.
okay, well, that's fine.
But you're not in that position to sit up here and tell us you're not going to tell us this. You need to let us be the judge of what we need to know. We're trying to help you out in this situation. And I wouldn't worry about what's going to happen down the road as far as
I've got
testifying.
6 kids, that's what
I
I'm worried
can
about.
appreciate that, but your business is not going to be put out in the street. What you're saying.
What I'm saying stays in this room.
Well, it's for right now, it will.
Like you said, it's rumors and stuff. Might be something that we need to know and that we don't know.
I'm not worried about me because I haven't done anything.
Yeah, you're sketchy, bro. You was acting way too damn sketchy.
I'm not worried about what anybody saying
Okay,
about me.
well, I'm just saying, just be, be straight up with it. You think it's a rumor, tell us the rumor, and let us be the judge of that. That's all I'm asking.
It's rumored that he has business acquaintances with certain Mexican people. Is that enough?
What?
That are in Alabama, the Mexican mafia.
Okay,
He's
I do think-
associated with them?
I just heard that he claims money for them, that's all. That he,
Who was his contact person?
I don't know. I don't know.
What part of Alabama?
Like, Lillian. That's all I know. I don't know anything else more than that. At this point, it's getting kind of, this is a scary situation to be in. I don't want to talk about this. I mean, I really don't. Not unless you guys can guarantee me that I'm safe from anything that they could do.
Well, nothing.
I'm not going to step on these people. These are the kind of people that that's what I think happened over there. You know what I mean? I think
Why
they
you
killed
think
this man and his wife. I watch the History Channel. I watch Gangland. I know about all that stuff.
Yeah, well,
That's what I think.
the Mexican mafia, that's what you think.
That's what I think. All I know is that that's rumor on the street. As far as the vehicle, y'all are welcome to inspect that,
Well, we're probably going to do that.
That's fine. I mean, got nothing to hide.
You haven't loaned that vehicle to anybody, right?
It's been sitting at my dad's, but I'm telling you, he wouldn't loan it to anybody, and...
But you don't know that for sure. You said you don't stay over there often, you just stop and visit.
He wouldn't do that. The one on television was a different, I mean, that's a different vehicle.
Which
That
one?
one was a lot nicer.
You're doing
than
a
the one
lot of
that-
talking.
But that's the only one they showing on TV right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Look how this is. Okay. This is what you seeing on TV. This may not necessarily be what we got.
Yeah, y'all got digitizers and all that kind of stuff. You know, y'all
So
can...
you can't tell me for sure this is not your van.
Yes, I can. I can tell
Only
you
thing
for
you
sure.
can tell me right now that you weren't driving it that day.
But I know that van was there. That van was not involved in any crime.
Was you at your dad's house that day?
Yes, I did. I came by there.
That night?
And yes, and by the time I got home, my dad was 3 sheets of wind. So I'm telling you now, anybody that's got a van that's similar or matches the description of what you're looking for, you're going to question it. I understand that.
No, that's one part.
And I saw that you have Cab's name written down, so you probably know that I know that him and Cab aren't the best of friends, which I know. And I'm dear friends with Cab.
Brother, you're doing way too much talking for somebody who's supposed to be innocent. You're doing way too much talking.
We've got you with a red van. Who knows our victim? Whether you like it or not, how uncomfortable it is.
It's very uncomfortable.
I understand that.
It's extremely uncomfortable being in this room like that. I watched Law and Order a whole bunch. I've seen exactly. This is exactly how they do it, just like this. They ask everybody the questions.
They're actors, man. That's pretend. This is real.
Right.
You're in the big leagues. This is the big leagues.
I understand that.
You don't know the evidence we got, and I believe we've got the right van here.
But you believe my van's the right van?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I think I need an attorney then. In fact, I do need an attorney if we're doing that.
Nobody's accusing you of doing it.
Just
but
told
that's-
me that
that's
my van...
I didn't tell you nothing. I said that's my opinion.
That means a lot. You're the chief investigator. I've watched the show.
And the show's gonna get you in trouble.
From the Mexican mafia, like in the South. These guys are moving down here from all over to plant their seeds because everything like in LA and Washington is so hot right now. And I know that the word on the streets that they were all in bed together. And I know the count was really scared of these guys. If you want to lead, that's what you want to lead on. Because I'll tell you this much. They don't play around, those guys.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
And you can put a surveillance video down there and see.
I just have to see how we're going to change just for that.
As content creator, entrepreneur as well, it's important that whenever I talk about something, it's something that I've actually used, something that I've actually trialed, or something that's happened to me directly in my personal life.
You said you started first in entrepreneurship and then you moved more into content creation. What was that? Why did you do that? What was kind of the decision or the aha moment that pulled you in the direction of content?
I actually got made redundant from my company. In the beginning, oh my God, it's the hardest thing ever. As long as I fall in love with the process.
Gonzalez Sr. and Jr. were allowed to leave. Minutes after finishing the interview with Patrick, detectives sat down with Bud Billings' former business partner, Henry Tice, or Cab.
You're fixing to help me and your buddy. Not looking good for your buddy.
Is he involved in this, really?
You're fixing to help me and we're fixing to talk about that, okay? Then listen to me when I tell you this. It is important, and I know we've already told you, but I want to tell you again, personally, myself, because now we're in a whole different, environment, and I know it's a little nerve-wracking being out here. And this is some serious crap, as you well know.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Absolutely.
Now is not the time to play any games. All right, we're going to do balls to the walls right here. You're fixing to find out a lot of information.
Okay.
I'm fixing to throw some information at you.
I want to help you any way I can help you.
Okay. Unfortunately, there's this circle that's involved in all this. And you know every one of them.
I know Patrick and Bud, and I know everybody.
Just a mess. And we talked to you earlier today at your shop, right?
Yes.
And you agreed to come in here and talk to us?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that at any time you can get up and leave?
Yes, sir.
You do understand
Yes,
that?
sir.
Okay. And we already talked to you. You knew them, your business acquaintances. We also talked to you about Patrick Gonzalez. And you know him also?
Yes, sir.
How do you know him?
12 or 13 years ago, when I was, probably 12 years ago, when I was doing Mexico, I got robbed. And I got robbed with a gun, beat up, my money taken away. Patrick had worked for me at Hondaland as a salesman. And while he was working for me, he was teaching classes, and then he was, back then, we call it MMA fighting, but back then it was called cage fighting. But he would go make money on the weekends cage fighting. When this happened to me, I needed a quick crash course on how to defend myself. And I called him up, and then I started training with him twice a week, private lessons. And I trained for about 2 years. Then he left and went to Costa Rica, I think. And then he came back and opened up the dojo in Pace. That's the one that Bud lending the money to open. And so when he came back, he wanted me to come out and start training. And he was getting a contract with the Coast Guard, is what he told me, to teach the boarding crews, the guys that actually come down to helicopter and board. They had all kinds of weapon training, but they didn't have close quarter combat. They didn't know how to do gun disarms, knife disarms, baton disarms. And he told me he was getting a contract, and he needed like 3 or 4 people to do it. So I still had Hispanic American. So I went over and I met the guy, and we started training. And the guy who was commander from New Orleans, from that section, said there'll be money available in February for this, and we'll use you. And so I thought we had it done. The next thing I know, the dojo that Bud had loaned him the money to open had closed.
How much money did he loan him?
I think he loaned him $8,000. 6, 7, or 8. So when that closed, we didn't get any contract with the Coast Guard. He'd come by the dealership to use the internet, like he was over there working. He was doing private classes, and then he had this big thing about teaching kids abduction awareness. He's got this company that do free seminars. So I've got a computer that prints out. I mean, you can make invitations, you can make this, you can do proposals. So he would come by and get on the computer and do proposals for this group, this group, this group, this group.
When was the last time you saw him?
He came by 2 days. Gotten the Saratoga Award. Is that how you say that? What is the Saratoga? You could never believe anything Patrick said. I mean, I could never believe what was true. And he kept telling, and they did, I mean, I know they did this deal. So he kept telling me that they were up for the Saratoga, is that? Saratoga Award. And if they got that, that would open up a whole new thing, you know, give them credentials. So he came by the dealership and said, okay, I know you don't ever believe it, I'm telling you, but look. And so he pulled it up, showed me that they had gotten the Saratoga Award.
Why can't you believe anything he says?
Because he's just lied to me. He's lied so many times. He said, I'm behind the power bill, and I got stuff coming in. Well, he got behind the power bill, I paid the power bill, but he never paid me back. He does these deals that are these great deals that they never come to pass.
Do you think he ever paid Bud back his money?
I don't think so. If
he told me Bud gave him $5,000 and just gave it to him.
Okay,
with no strings attached.
That's not.
No, I know Bud Billings better now.
That's not true. And I think it was $7,000. Bud Billings never gave anybody anything.
See, that's a fact.
Let me tell you why I know he didn't give it to him. Because Bud, you know, before I got in trouble with the dealership, I was down there paying off some cars, and Bud said, you know, it's been like a month and a half, and Patrick didn't anything about my money. Will you find out for me? And it was at the same time we were going to get the contract for the Coast Guard guys. And so I called Patrick and said, tell Bud that we'll get this. I'll have the money to pay him when we get this contract. And if we had gone through with it and kept the dojo open, in fact, he would have had money to repay that. But Bud Billings never gave. Now I'm going to take that back. Bud Billings gave to the community, like to the schools with the handicapped kids and stuff. He gave to that. In business, Bud Billings wouldn't give you a dime unless you got 29 cents back, you know, so that's not true. He never paid Bud up that money, and it was not a year. before the dojo failed, he went back into Bud and said, you know, Bud, I've got all these accounts receivable coming in, but I'm short in cash now, and would you like to buy a part of my dojo? And Bud said, I don't want to get in the dojo business. I got this from Bud. Bud told me this. He said, I told him I didn't want to get in the dojo business. I just want to get my money paid back. But I didn't want to invest anymore in the dojo business. Bud said, Patrick said he'd get it to him as soon as he can. And he said, I don't really know what that means, but, you know, as far as I know, we never paid back the money. It was not.
It was not a donation.
It was not a donation.
Has Pat ever been out to Bud's house?
You know, I was thinking about that when that happened. And I don't know, to tell you the truth, but when Bud had this soft, he could be vicious in business. Horrible. But he had this soft spot for kids. So when he found out that Patrick was doing these things where they teach you, you know, a molester's not somebody you don't know, somebody you do know.
Right.
You know, which I mean, it's wonderful stuff. When he found out Patrick was doing that, he really wanted to help in any way he could. And I remember his wife and Patrick went down to his office several times, and I don't know if they invited them. It would seem a normal thing as much as for them to invite them out to their house to see their children, but I don't know that for a fact.
So there's chances that they may have.
It's very well could have been. That would have been a normal thing for Bud to do, is you guys come out, because, I mean, everybody was around him. He wanted to come to his house and meet the kids, and so that would have been a normal thing to do. Absolutely.
But you don't know.
I don't know that
Has
for a
Pat
fact.
ever told you if he's been out there or not? Man, that's a nice place. Anything like that?
He knew where he lived.
How do you know?
And it was the big thing that everybody knew he was building. And, you know, 7,500 square feet.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge. So everybody knew he was building it. He would invite everybody out to see the different points of construction and everything. And I remember Patrick saying that it was close to near completion, or it was completed, but he knew where it was. I mean, I don't know that he went there. He knew where it was. I mean, I think everybody that's around anywhere knows where he lives.
Something to be proud of.
It's beautiful.
It's a gorgeous house.
So you talked to Pat about a week ago was the last time?
About 2 days ago.
About 2 days ago, which was Thursday. That was the day that...
It was either Wednesday or Thursday. Either Wednesday or Thursday he came to the lot to do the serotonin. And when we can get on the computer and see it, because you can still pull it up, it was either Wednesday or Thursday. I don't remember, because when he came in, I was busy as I could be. I had customers out there, and I was trying to do that. He was desperately trying to get me to see the serotonin award. So I just ran in and looked at it, and I said, Patrick, I don't have time to talk. I gotta get back to my customer. Well, I just want you to know I'm not lying about this. I said, well, that's good. I'm happy for you. He is like the wayward child that you always want to try to be a good influence on his life. And the story that had been told me about his life was that when he was young, he got in all kinds of trouble. He got sent to prison, and he came back, and his life has been, you know, good. He's tried to do good. He's worked hard, worked jobs, and he's tried to live down that part of his life. If I can be some kind of influence in his life, it's like Mac's wife would go, you know, why do you do this? I said, it's like a wayward child. You know, I'm thinking if I can help him going down this way, and, you know.
So she didn't like him either?
No.
Why?
She thought he was manipulated and he wasn't truthful. And those things are true.
You ever met his wife?
Yes.
What do you think about her?
I think she's wonderful.
Good people?
She's just, you know, they have 6 children.
Right.
She's just sweet, nice, and kind, and a great mother, and very involved in all that children, services for the children. And she's wonderful. To give you an example, he and his wife called me up on Father's Day and said, Happy Father's Day. It's not a friendship relationship. And he told me about 6 weeks ago that his mother filed bankruptcy. It's like their business went to crap, and their mother filed bankruptcy, and he was losing his Explorer expedition. So
He told you that?
yeah, he told me he was losing the expedition.
So he's got financial problems.
I know he does private lessons, self-defense lessons. They charge like $100 an hour or something, and he's got these kids that he does that, and it's donations. And I know this, prior to the car business failing, all the car dealers here donated. Of course, when the car business went bad, all that dried up.
And we showed you a picture of this van right here, right?
Yes, sir. I've never seen that van.
You've never seen that van?
Never seen Patrick driving that van?
No, sir. Do you think that that's the same van your car, Dylan?
I would think so, because how many funky looking long vans are there? You know, I mean, this is a funky picture, but how many long vans are there? It looks to me like the same van.
What if we told you that van's at Patrick's house?
This van is?
Mm.
Are you serious? Let me say, that's absolutely horrible. Here's my question. If this guy, if he did something,
Well, when you say he did, yes.
that's saying he did it. But if he did this, why in the world would this man be there?
What would be your theory of what happened?
It's hard for me to think that anybody, no matter what their financial circumstances, could do anything that horrible.
But we gotta get past that. It happened.
Here's what I
It
think
happened.
Bud Billings' favorite statement was this, and as you interview people, they'll all confirm this. He'll say, you know what, over these years, I had so much cash that I could not spend it before I died. That was his favorite saying. And when this whole thing happened, because the words rang in my ear, I had more cash, and I think he was wrong. I think that everybody knew Bud Billings had a lot of money.
Did he even keep a lot of cash on it?
He carried $20,000 in his briefcase. But when it happened, I said, somebody knew. Well, everybody in Pensacola knew. When he built that house, the security system that he put in there is to protect this house. So everybody thought, well, maybe that's where he keeps his money. You know, I don't know. But when I heard it,
Yeah, you're doing a lot of talking
when
too.
I'm reading the paper, it says no. But you know, I mean, well, I don't think anybody hated Bud Billings enough to kill her, and nobody in Pensacola hated his wife. If that's the van then he went in to rob him. And the way he conducts his life with the kids and everything, I never knew he had the capacity to do anything like that.
We're not saying he did. We're just telling you what the facts that we have.
How did you come to meet this guy, Patrick? He sold cars. He was a great salesman.
Do you know how he come in contact with Bud? Did you
I did. You introduce them with the things for their kids. I said, you know, Bud would be interested in that. They were getting sponsors. I said, Bud would be real interested in that. And I think Bud sponsored one of their. I think the first way they met, he sponsored one of the seminars that they had, and they seemed to be on the same track, you know, as far as the way they thought about kids, and Bud was real excited they were teaching these kids against abduction awareness and that kind of stuff. But they seemed to mesh until the dojo failed and Bud didn't get his money back, and that kind of ended their relationship. And he convicted felon, I think he had any weapons. I've never seen him with a weapon. The street talk is all over Pensacola that I'm arrested and I'm in jail and I've been charged with double murder and all this kind of stuff. Car people in the car business love to gossip, and they love that kind of, like women, huh? Like when a car dealer goes out of business, they can't wait to get on the phone and tell them. They love when somebody's life is in trouble. Competition's off.
Thank you, sir. And we might, you know, there's a chance we might have to get up with you again.
All you gotta do is call. I'll come over here and just call and tell me what time to be here.
Following the interview, investigators turned their attention to the shoebox recovered from the trailer. They determined that the shoes were only sold at Walmart. At the local Walmart, staff identified the purchase date and pulled up surveillance footage of the transaction. Patrick Gonzalez Jr. can be seen purchasing the shoes. He was not alone. He was with two black men and his son. They all exited the store. Patrick and his son got into his red Expedition, while the black men left in a tan-colored Explorer. The next day, investigators brought Senior's wife, Carol Brandt, in for an interview.
This is going to be a recorded statement taken on July 2009. Can I call you Carol?
Yes.
Carol, you drove up to see your husband?
He called and asked me to come get him.
Okay, anyways, I met you down there and asked you if we could talk. Because yesterday I met you, and we talked some yesterday, and I told you I needed to get an official statement, and I apologize for not doing that yesterday. There's a red van on the property, is that correct?
Correct.
You verbally, with no strings attached, no pressure, no anything, gave me permission to search your trailer.
Yes.
And I'm the one that did that.
Yes.
And you gave me permission to search a shed.
Yes.
And the grounds around. And I told you we was getting a search warrant for the van. Okay. Can you give me a little history of the van?
All I know is that Pat brought it over for Leonard to work on.
Pat who?
His son.
So Junior brought the van over. When?
Oh, good month ago.
And what was wrong with it that needed to work on?
Well, they wasn't real sure. It didn't crank right. I think Leonard mentioned one time the linkage had to be fixed. And a bunch of other stuff. And I'm not mechanically inclined, so I'm not sure what all. But he's been working on a little here, a little there. Leonard can't stay on one thing long enough because of his short-term memory loss. So he has to fix things in stages.
Where do they park it?
In the backyard.
In the backyard?
Yeah.
Where in the backyard?
Well, at one time it sat behind the wooden fence. And then they got
Can't
running
shoot
one
down
day and took it out to see what it was doing. Brought it back in, but parked it in the middle of the, where I told the tow truck driver, I hope he doesn't follow us up.
Oh, by the garden?
Yeah.
Okay. And what day that was?
Wednesday, I think.
Wednesday of last week?
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Tuesday last week?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next thing I knew, it was moved again.
Where was it?
Well, now we know where it was. It was behind the building, and Leonard didn't park it there.
Who would have parked it there? Who was the only other person that would drove that van? If your husband didn't drive it, who else would drive it?
Either Pat or a friend of his that has a license. So
who would that be?
Wayne.
Wayne?
Wayne
who?
I don't know his last name.
What does Wayne look like?
He has short blonde hair.
Short blonde hair?
Maybe 5'7", maybe.
When was the last time you saw Wayne?
Tuesday or Wednesday.
And the only thing I took was that box of boots.
Wait, the way that he did in it? Yeah,
right, boot box. You explained to me how it showed up at your house.
Well, Pat brought it over and said Tabitha had bought him new boots.
Why would he just bring you an empty box?
No, he had it. I think he wanted me to throw it away.
Where was it at?
I guess in his van. I don't know.
Oh, which van?
The Expedition, that's what I call the van.
Oh, I thought he drove the van.
No, he just got that. They were going to fix it up and he was going to give it to Leonard to use for work. See, Leonard can't drive, but he does pressure washing. So what we were thinking about doing was getting a
That man's
van.
mama sent it to me all his business.
Would help him find some jobs over where he lives so that he could make a little side money.
Well, how would the van get there?
Somebody would have to go with him that drove.
Okay. What color Expedition?
Burgundy.
Okay. We will end this statement at 2:35.
Why did no one tell me that tracking performance would be so hard? Dashboards, filters, report.
2:35.
Following the interview, Carroll convinced Senior to work out a deal with the police and to confess his involvement.
Y'all are walking to the van to get in to leave. Do you drive it? No. Where do you get in? Where do you sit?
Probably shotgun.
Okay, who's driving?
I'll be honest, I swear I don't know who was driving.
Okay, you told me earlier Pat was driving.
Pat can't drive that van more than this.
Okay.
I think Wayne was driving.
All right. Where was Pat? Remember him? Where he was at?
I think it was in the Gold Explorer.
Okay. You leave your yard, which way do you go?
Beverly Parkway, straight out Beverly Parkway, take a right on Mobile Highway.
You pull in the driveway, what happens?
Everybody jumps in, doors kicking open. On the ground.
Okay. All right.
And that's all I thought it was.
Okay.
Restraining people.
All righty. I'm going to show you a photograph of the house. Could you mention where they went in? And it's a nighttime photograph, but could you point to those doors that you're talking about and just put an X mark where you're talking about?
One.
And then put your initials by it if you don't mind, or we get up.
Two.
I'll probably keep you holler for a Sharpie because it's not coming out.
And then there's one right there.
Okay. And you're telling me right here? Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go. I gotta get a darker pen for what I want you to do is to initial those. Okay. And then you said you were still in the van. What did you do next?
Got in the driver's seat. They told me to get in the driver's seat and turn it around. Well, I ain't gonna get in the driver's seat and put the damn only 2 doors getting into the back of it on the outside. I would say I'm not plumb dumb, but I was there, so it must be.
Okay. What happens after that?
We get down in the yard, doors open up, and everything's going fine, and then all of a sudden,
What'd you think when you heard that pow, 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 pow?
I like this on myself. I thought, oh dear God, no. Yeah, I'm hoping they're just shooting in the ceiling or some kind of trying to scare the hell out of somebody.
And you said earlier there were all kinds of different types of guns, but do you remember if Wayne had a big gun or a handgun?
They had a handgun.
Okay, do you remember if Pat had a big gun or a handgun?
Yeah, a handgun.
Do you remember if the blacks had big guns or handguns?
I think big guns.
Big guns? Describe to me what you mean by big gun.
Street sweeper.
Okay, all right. They come back, they get in the van, where do you go?
We go down about 2 or 3 blocks. I don't know the road. We take a left, swap everything out of the van. Wayne and I take the van, take a right, go straight back to my house. And County Mountie comes slinging around the corner. I said, oh shit, we know where they going.
And y'all went on to your house?
Yes, sir.
What happened at your house, Mr. Gonzalez?
Put the van up, put the van back in the thing.
Was there any discussion about splitting up the stuff there at the house?
Yeah, when everything gets taken care of, then we'll split it up.
Who said that?
After it did.
Did he have the stuff?
I don't know.
Okay, you're at the house. At this point, is this where we decide to paint it on? Okay. Very briefly, tell us what you did to the van.
Painted the side of it. That wasn't changing the color. And we were scared. I said, well, hell, if there's some muriatic acid, I'll change the color. So I run about 50-50 muriatic acid, and you can see one size red, one size purple.
Do you know where any of the guns are or might be now?
No, sir, I have not the vaguest idea, so don't be kind.
I believe. Now, what about Wayne? Has he said anything about his gun, where it is, or what he did with it? When the black men came over to your house the day y'all went to do the robbery, who introduced them to you? Was Wayne there and introduced them to you?
Wayne was there, Patrick was there, and the 4 blacks, and everybody just kind of, my name's Frank.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to ask you. What names did the blacks give you? I'm sure they may have given you false names.
One of them was Slim. One of them was Chief. The other one was, I want to say David or Ricky or some kind of shit like that, but I'm not sure.
Let me step out and see and talk to some other people and see. I'm considering letting you call your son and try and convince him to come in and talk to us. Would you do that for me?
I wish y'all let my ass go. For the record, is there any chance of me going home tonight?
No, sir. I'm sorry. I can't let you go. But I will do what I said. And that is the court will be aware that you have cooperated. And as far as I can tell, you have been honest with me. As long as you've been honest with me, I'll represent the court that you have been honest with me. And that's what I promised you I would do.
Is this all I'm going to be charged with, is tampering with it?
Well, we've got to talk about that.
Oh, sure the hell won't let me smoke a cigarette before you lock me up. Please.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez, at this time, I need to ask you if the information that you've given us is the truth. That you know it is. And let me tell you something. We respect it. You understand? What you do is hard.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Believing Carol knew more, detectives interviewed her again.
Came out and I handed you a package containing your husband's wallet and told you that he'd been arrested. Is that right?
Yes.
asked you if you had any knowledge of the murder that we're working?
Yes, she did.
Okay, and you agreed to come in and talk to us?
I don't have much info, Dean.
Tell me the knowledge that you have. Do you know that your husband was in the van when it drove over there? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Did he tell you what happened?
No.
Who told you what happened?
The news the next morning.
How do you know he was involved then?
I just knew.
How do you know?
I can't know. I'll die.
Your son's involved.
My son?
No, not Donald. His son, I should say. I'm sorry. Did Patrick talk to you about it?
A little, but not a lot.
Say,
He figured the less I knew, the better.
what did he tell you?
He didn't tell me what happened.
What did he tell you?
He just said they were going out there because that man was little children that he had in his care. And when they walked in, there was a little 6-year-old Chinese girl, whatever, with a negligee on, and him in the bedroom with her.
What did he say he did?
But I didn't see him do anything to her.
What did Patrick say he did when he saw it?
He didn't tell me what he did. He wouldn't come out and tell me. Nobody would.
Why did they go over there? Other than that, why did they go over there?
Supposedly he laundered money. He laundered money for the mom.
Okay, did they go over there with intent to do what?
To rob him.
They went over there, Patrick did?
Yeah.
Patrick who? Who do you know? Who did they tell you went over there?
They didn't tell me who all went. I don't know who all went.
Okay, but he told you he did.
I knew they were going.
How did you know that?
They told me they were going.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Who is they?
And they told me about that man doing that to that little girl.
Who were they? Who were they? You say they told me. Who were they?
I figured it was just a
They
robbery.
both said they were going over there.
Yeah.
Did they
But
say
it
what
wasn't
they were
more
gonna
to
do?
the robbery.
All I understood was they were gonna rob him.
Okay, did
And
they
he
say that?
supposedly had a bunch of drugs in the house too.
Okay. Did they say that, when I say they, Pat or Leonard, junior or senior, did they say they were going to carry a gun?
I knew Leonard wasn't. I don't know if Pat did or not.
Does he have access to a gun?
Oh, I'm sure he does.
What kind of gun does he have?
I don't know what kind of army he's got.
Okay. How did they say they were going to carry this out?
They didn't. I was excused from the room every time they talked about it. I stayed out of
When
it.
did this conversation take place?
It's been going on for a couple of months.
Why this person? Why did Patrick pick this person out?
He didn't pick him. He was asked to do it.
By who?
I don't know. He said, I got a job I gotta do. He's like these children and he's supposed to be laundering money and he had it supposedly built up in his house. And there was also supposed to be a bunch of cocaine there too.
What was Patrick going to get out of this job? What was his payment?
The cash
The cash? Where was the cash supposed to be?
in a big safe.
In a big safe?
That's all I know.
Okay. Do you know if they got a safe?
No, I do not know.
On the day of the murder, when they left in the van, who was in the van?
I don't know. I was gone.
Where were you at?
I took off and went to the store.
Okay, who was at the house when you
There
left?
was nobody but Pat and Leonard there then.
Pat and Leonard only.
Uh-huh.
All right, so Pat and Leonard were there on the day of the murder,
Uh-huh.
and the van was obviously running
Kinda.
enough to get out there. Who would drive the van?
It wasn't Leonard.
Who would drive the van?
I would assume Pat would. I don't know.
Have you seen Pat drive that van?
No, I am not.
Okay. Have you seen Leonard drive that van?
No.
On that night, after the murder had occurred, what happened?
I was told to not talk to anybody on the phone.
Who told you that?
Well, Leonard and Pat both.
Leonard and Pat told you not to talk to
Don't
us?
talk to nobody.
Okay. Why?
Because if I did, I would be killed. And so would my family. I didn't want any part of it.
When you came back, where was the van?
It was gone.
When did it get put behind the shed?
I don't know. That I don't know.
At which point did Leonard tell you he was involved?
I kind of knew because he was looking at the news the next morning.
What did he say?
He said, I think they got shot.
When you say, what do you mean, what did he say?
He didn't go into any more details than that.
You didn't pursue it.
No, I didn't want to know.
When did he tell you he was involved?
All I knew it was when he left.
What did he say?
He just said that they were going to go do a job
And
on a pervert.
Where did he say they were going?
Mobile highway somewhere.
A couple months they've been planning this, Patrick and Leonard.
Patrick was, I think Leonard was brought into it afterwards.
The office has a naysayer. Meet Steve. The office naysayer loves going against the majority. Steve reads the room and then goes against it. On everything. On the basketball game tonight, on the award show next week, on the price of gold. With FanDuel Predicts, Steve can take the side he's passionate about. It's his call. Download FanDuel Predicts.
What time did you leave to go to the store, approximately?
6:30.
Okay, and when did you get back home?
It was after 8.
Okay, and at that time, the van
Was gone.
and Pat and Leonard was still home? And when did they get back to the house?
Right before 9, I think.
Was anybody with them?
Yeah.
Okay. How did he get to your house?
I assumed somebody brought him. I saw another vehicle, but I did not see what was in it.
What vehicle did you see?
It was a silver SUV.
And you didn't see Pat any more that night, right?
I mean, he's got 6 kids. I'm sure he went home to them. And another one on the way.
Have you seen anything from him?
Nope. Because he paid for the motel room last night.
Who?
Pat did.
He paid for the motel? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did he pay for it?
Because he knew that there would be people outside my gate all half the night. And he said, I want you to have some sleep. So he paid and we went to the motel.
All right, is there anything else that we didn't ask you that you know about this case? Because don't let us walk out this door and figure it out. Because you have knowledge. Don't hold back on me now.
He said that they were going to rob that man because he was a pervert and he was supposedly cleaning money for the Mexican mafia. And there was a bunch of drugs in there because he hadn't cleaned any money in a while.
Why does this bother Leonard that he's a pervert and all that, and Mexican mafia and all
Because
that?
he doesn't like it when they play with the little kids.
But why about the Mexican mafia? Why? Why does that bother him?
I guess he figured that they were stupid enough to get money that way. He might as well get some of it too. Till I go to jail now too.
I mean, we're gonna sit and we're gonna go out and we're gonna talk about it.
After the interviews, detectives obtained arrest warrants for Junior, Senior, and Senior's friend Wayne Coldiron. All 3 were held on a charge of home invasion robbery with a deadly weapon and 2 counts of open murder.
This is July the 12th, 2009. This statement's being taken at the Santa Rosa County Jail from Leonard Patrick Gonzalez Jr. Your name came up in a homicide investigation the sheriff's office is conducting, and that I'm also participating in that investigation.
For which I'm under arrest right now.
For which you have been charged with murder right now.
So I am under arrest.
Yes.
Okay.
You understand that, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Before I ask you any questions, I have to advise you of your constitutional rights. And if you'll read this top portion right here that says waiver. And right underneath the waiver, I need you to read this right here.
I've read the statement of my rights shown above, and I understand what my rights are. No promises or threats have been made to me. No pressure of any kind has been used against me, with the exception of the electric chair.
Do you wish to answer questions now without a lawyer present?
No, I don't. I'd like to have my lawyer present, based upon the fact that I'm being railroaded.
All right.
For something that didn't.
I'm noting on the form that you refuse the right to answer my questions and you invoke your constitutional rights for an attorney.
Yes, sir.
Later that day, police interviewed Wayne Coldiron at the station.
Obviously, I brought you in here in handcuffs. And I gotta talk to you about crime. So I gotta read you your rights. If you would, just showing that I read you, please, would you initial next to there and sign on there? What we're here today talking to you about is, have you been watching TV? Okay. Well, I read the newspaper. I understand. You're under arrest right now for murder in that case. One of the gentlemen involved in that case has came forward and admitted to his involvement in this case, and you are mentioned as being involved. We're giving you the opportunity here to kind of tell us what was going on,
with what's going on over there. Tell me what happened.
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Okay. Well, here's an easy thing. Where were you the night that incident happened? On the night?
At home.
At home? And who was home with you?
My girlfriend.
Your girlfriend? Okay, so you were there with her the entire night?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know Leonard Patrick Gonzalez?
I know Leonard Gonzalez.
When was the last time you saw him?
A couple of days ago, moving stuff into a shed building.
Okay. The shed building over there, where
At his trailer.
you're talking about Senior?
Yes.
Okay.
Me and Pop
Okay.
do flesh washing together.
Okay. You were over there Tuesday or Wednesday? Were you over there Thursday too?
No, sir.
Okay. And where were you Thursday?
I was at home with my old girlfriend.
Okay. Nice pretty day. You didn't work at all?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you go anywhere that day?
Just a store, get cigarettes, whatever.
What store did you go to?
Probably BP or CVS.
You remember about what time of day it was you went over there?
Probably about 4. I don't know.
Sometime in the afternoon.
It was sometime in the afternoon.
And you do definitely recall buying some cigs?
I don't know which store I went to. My girlfriend could have went.
Other than the trip to possibly those 2 stores to get cigarettes, you went nowhere else?
No, sir.
Do you know his son at all?
I know him from being around his dad's house.
Okay. And what would you say your relationship is with him? Acquaintances or friends? Okay. Here's the thing. Leonard's already told us his involvement. Okay? That's why we're here talking to you. That's why we have an arrest warrant for your arrest for murder. That's why your bond's $1 million.
Okay.
Okay, so we've already heard the story. Okay?
Okay.
Well, Leonard told us everything laid out. Okay? Here's your opportunity to come in here and come clean on this and tell us exactly what happened, your version of events. And not only that, you know, we don't know everybody that's involved as it yet. Okay? I mean, maybe you can help us with that. Maybe you can tell us what happened. Okay? Well, my understanding is this was set up to be a robbery. Y'all went over there to rob this guy. That y'all got together and all headed over there to do this job together. Y'all went in separate vehicles. That he pulled up in front of that red van. You saw the red van that everybody's been talking about and looking for? I mean, that van's involved in a multiple homicide. I think I'd be a little nervous, right?
Yes.
Okay. And did you call Leonard up and say, hey, what's going on?
No.
Why?
Because I don't want
Be involved.
to be involved in
I
anything
understand.
like that.
It's
Not
a
at
little
all.
past that. It's a little past that at this point. Okay? You're sitting in here and I ain't just talking to you. I have to bring you down here. Okay? You and I are about the same age. Been around the block a few times.
Yes, sir.
This ain't, right? Your first rodeo and it ain't mine. But here's the deal. If you come in here and you tell me this story and you're putting this all on your family here to back up your alibi, you know, maybe they'll sit there and lie for you, maybe they won't, I don't know. I haven't talked to them yet. I talked to them briefly there at the scene. And you're pretty much putting all the pressure on these people to maintain your little story, okay? Now, I ain't saying you're absolutely the one that did this, but I am saying that somebody's saying you are. I don't know why he would. He's your partner, right? Business partner? Y'all work together?
I have nothing to do with it.
Obviously, he told us enough information. We felt comfortable enough, and so did the judge to put you here. Okay. As it stands right now, I don't think you want to go with leaving the statement as it is. Obviously, the van that we have was involved in this incident. We know that. You know, we just got it yesterday. It's going to take a little bit of time, but, you know, we're going to process it for prints. We're going to, you know, look for all that kind of evidence. We're going to go back, and certainly I'm going to be checking and seeing if you're at that house all day. And I'll pull from BP and CVS all their sales and see if we can confirm that you went to the store, because that's a little earlier than what we're looking at. You know, you remember going anywhere else that day?
No, sir.
Okay.
How you doing tonight? You're not doing fine. I appreciate you letting me spend about 5 minutes with you. And I'm the state attorney. Yes, sir. I'm going to prosecute you. I decide, or my office decides, who gets the death penalty. Yes, sir. And the train's leaving the station. I'm going to walk out here in about 5 minutes. You either going to tell us the truth, or we're going to commit you without you telling us anything. Yes, sir. It's in your best interest
to get on the train. The old man, he's on the train. He said you had the handgun, isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
He said you knew about the fire pit, trying to burn the stuff that came out of the safe. You changed your appearance. We got your fingerprints getting out of the van. Remember that night when you got out of the van? That was a mistake when you left your prints in that van. It's in the back of the van. The son, what's his name?
That's also Leonard Patrick Gonzalez Jr.
He's on his way to jail. And he's trying to get on the train as quick as he can. Now, if you cooperate, I will tell the judge that you cooperate. We'll get a waiver of rights form, sign it, we'll put you on video, we'll go back over everything. I'll tell him that you cooperate, I'll show him that tape. We'll tell the jury that's deciding whether you live or die that you cooperate. Now let me tell you something. It doesn't matter to me what you do. Do the best you can to save yourself from the electric chair, or I'll walk out and I'm gonna do everything I can to prosecute you. And I'll see you in court. It ain't no hard feelings. It's not personal. I'm just doing my job.
I still didn't do anything. For one thing, I don't have any guns. Never have, not allowed to have. I do not like guns. I carry fire knives, I'm smart. But I didn't do this. I was not part of this.
We just listed the pictures of the scene of what was left. Of course, this is the van. Now, these pictures are from the surveillance from that home. As you see, it's past the van. This kind of shows you that we do have exterior video from the house. That was one of 4 cameras that copied the outside of that house. We saw every person leave the van. We saw the people come across from another part of the driveway and heading across to the house. We saw everything inside the house. So,
I have no idea. Honestly, no. Under the law, if somebody is killed, you have to look at the aggravating circumstances.
Yes.
Code calculated and premeditated, because it was planned ahead of time. Committed during the commission of a violent felony, breaking in a man's house.
Yes.
Killing 2 people instead of 1. That's the third aggravating factor.
Yes.
And killing the man in front of his wife causes her killing to be heinous, atrocious. I'm going to do everything I can, see if I can't get you to the electric chair. And
I did not do this.
Yeah.
I did not do this.
The only hope you have, and I'm fixing to get up with it, your only possible way out, in my opinion, I've been doing this 35 years, is to tell the truth instead of saying that you didn't do it when maybe you did.
I did not do this.
You may not have killed him, and I understand that. And so you may be right when you say, I didn't do this when you talk about, and I put that up there on the jury railing and let the jury decide whether or not they're going to give you the electric chair.
I didn't do that.
Well, you got to tell them the truth then.
I didn't do that. I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, you know something about it, and I may know something about it, and that's okay. When I walk out that door, buddy, I ain't coming back except in court. And you tell me what the jury's going to do when I lay that up there on the railing, and the old man gets up there and has no notice to lie against you and says that you got out the back of that van that night, I got your fingerprint in it, and you shaved your head the day after. So, you know, don't kid yourself any longer. I'm giving you an opportunity. There's 7 of you. Some of you are going to get the death penalty. Some of you may or may not. I did not have anything to do with it. It's okay, but you don't have to tell me that anymore. I know you're lying.
And if you want to be a liar and go to get a lethal injection 15, 20 years from now, then that's okay. Injection 15, 20 years from now, then that's okay.
Next, investigators sat down with the specialist who interviewed the Billings children.
You work for the Agency for Persons with Disabilities, is that right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And we asked for your assistance in interviewing a possible witness to a homicide that the sheriff's office is working. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you talked to this person, right?
I did.
What's this person's name?
Jacob.
You have some training in sign languages and also people that have speech impediments and are autistic.
Yeah.
And you're also a registered nurse.
I am.
Okay.
I actually interviewed Jacob and Matthew.
Okay.
Jacob is the young man that has autism and has a pretty significant speech issue. He told me that they both had black masks that covered their face.
This is Jacob?
This is Jacob. He couldn't see their hair. Jacob said he was in Dad's bedroom, and Dad was in bed snoring. He was asleep. He said that someone knocked on the door, and Dad got up, went out, and there were two bad men that said that you're going to die. He counted to 3 before he shot both Mom and Dad. He said Dad kept screaming, "No way, no way." I also asked Jake if he knew the people that were in the masks, and he said he didn't know them. He also said that they didn't speak to him. The bad guy was yelling and talking at Dad before he shot him. Dad did get into a confrontation, and Dad grabbed the back of one of the guy's necks. He reenacted that with his sister there. So I guess Dad got into a physical fight with this guy before he shot him. Mom was shot. He said that Mom got shot in her shirt. Also asked him if his parents screamed anybody's name, if there was a boy name that he could remember, and he signed the letters BJA. I also interviewed Matthew, who does not have a speech impediment or any kind of speech issue, and he was upstairs in the bed. He heard the knock on the door, and he stayed in that room. He heard 7 booms. He also told us that he went out into the hallway to the balcony. He heard his mom scream, but he stayed upstairs until the police came. Tori, another, I guess, sibling, was downstairs. Ricky was downstairs asleep. Matthew was upstairs. And Adriana was upstairs, I guess the older sister.
Okay.
Adriana told Matthew that she saw a vehicle drive very slow up their driveway or by the house before the shots were fired. Some kind of red vehicle. That's the information Matthew gave me. And they had all these dogs in the house, and not one of them barked.
That's the end of the statement.
The following day, Wayne requested to speak with the investigators again.
Everybody met at Leonard's trailer.
Who is everybody?
Me, Leonard, Pat, and the black guys.
What black guys?
I don't know their names. I think one of them was called Slim and one of them was called Frank or Fred, or because Pat done had everything planned out with 4 black guys. Okay, me and Leonard were supposed to just be drivers.
Okay.
Pat wanted me to go in the house. I didn't want to. I seen there was kids in there. I turned around and go by.
Where'd you see the kids were in there?
Through the door.
Through what door?
I don't know if it was this door that was a child standing there, and all with I couldn't. I can't.
What did y'all do? Just walk up to the door?
They were, the black guys were already in there before Patrick.
And where?
And the house.
In the Billings house?
Yes.
How the hell did they get in there?
One of them drove a van down there, and
What van?
the red one,
Which red one?
the one you got on picture. They drove down and they pulled the van in like this. It was supposed to be 1, 2, 3 doors or something like that. It was supposed to all hit at one time.
Is that what the 1, 2, 3 was about?
I think so.
Okay. You need Paul Court. Y'all are in the van, right?
Yes.
Who else was in the car?
Me and Leonard and 2 other black guys. And me and Pat were supposed to go across the fence, which that didn't work out too good. They were in the house before we got there.
Who was in the house?
The black guys, they done went in.
Kicked the door in?
I didn't honestly see if they kicked the door in, turned the doorknob.
You were in the back of the house?
Back side.
So you and Patrick?
Yes, Patrick went on in. I seen a child. I stepped in. When I seen the child, I turned around, started easing out the door.
So you went through the back door and saw the child, right?
I went out there and met Leonard at the van.
You ran to the front?
To the side of the driver's side of the van. A few minutes later, everybody's piling in the van. The old SUV stopped, picked everybody up with me and Leonard. There was nothing left in the van. I don't even know that they got anything.
Where'd Patrick go?
With them fellas.
Where'd they go?
Back to get, I guess, his SUV.
Was parked where?
Somewhere up the road. But I do know, hearing that Pat owned the two suspects.
Who told you that?
Pretty sure Pat did. Pretty positive that.
Pat said he killed both of them?
Yes, sir. I'm pretty sure he said he iced both of them in those words.
Did you see him with a gun at that when he was having that conversation?
I seen him with a gun, yes.
Describe it.
Black, automatic.
Was it a 9mm?
I'm pretty positive it's the same 9mm that I've seen him with before.
Where'd the black males go to?
I don't know. It wasn't what it was expected.
Did you ask him why he killed those people?
No, because at first I didn't believe him.
After you believed him, did you ask him?
No.
Did he ever mention it again?
No.
What did you do with the gun?
I never seen it after we left. I never seen it.
You gotta drive that van all the way back home?
To Leonard's house and parked it.
Roughly an hour east of Pensacola is Fort Walton Beach, where two individuals turned themselves in to the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office. Up first was 19-year-old Frederick Thornton.
Give me your full name.
Frederick Lee Thornton Jr.
Yeah, you're here of your own free will, you're not under arrest, and you don't own lawyers, is my correct?
This is the absolute best phone holder for your car. Your phone clips right into it, and it attaches to...
Tell us what happened.
Okay, one day, my brother-in-law called me.
Who's that?
Raheem.
Okay.
They're sitting outside. They were sitting outside smoking. Gary pulled up.
Who's Gary?
My friend was.
You don't know his last name?
No. We had rode out to Pensacola. And we was we were just smoking or whatever, so they was talking about this, nigga, they smoke weed. So we had gotten the red down. There's a we still get the reason red down. So we had gotten the red down.
Who does the red van belong to?
From my understanding, his name was Frank. That's what we call him. So we got in his van, and we all went over there. Me and Raheem, we was in the, not the first room we get in the van, but the second one. Two was in the front, two was in the back.
So who's in the van with you?
The only people that I knew was in the van with me was me, Raheem, Stones.
Who's Stones?
He's one of my friends. Well, just a friend I know through the kid.
You don't know his name?
No, just Stones.
Is he black guy, white guy?
Black.
Was Gary with you?
No, he was in another bar.
What kind of car were they in?
Tan.
Tan what? Tan Explorer? And that's Gary's car?
Yeah.
And who else is in the van?
Me, Raheem, and Stones. And I don't know the other people, I just met him that day.
Can you describe him?
One was white, tall, you he had long hair. And then there was another white one with a low cut fade, bit about my height. And then the other two that I don't even remember how they
Did they live in Fort Walton?
No. Only people that lived in Fort Walton that went out there was me, Raheem, and Gary.
So how many total were in the van?
6.
6 total? 6 person. I got Stones, Raheem.
And the other two I took God, man.
The white man with long hair, a white man with low cut fade, and you. Who's the other person?
I don't know. I just got
Okay. So is it a white male or black male?
White.
Okay. So there's 3 white males and 3 black males. Okay. And Gary's in the other man, the Explorer.
So I got out, and then our king stayed in there. But we got our regular clothes like this. So I stayed in there. And they went in there.
Where did you get out at?
Yeah, they got out again at the house. They have pulled up at the house.
What house?
People's house, I don't know the name. People that they killed.
Okay.
And they went in the house or whatever. So I guess they said they were going to go buy some weed. So me and our king stayed in the truck. And they didn't know us like that, so that came out, and I think his name Patrick.
Patrick's the other white man? The other white man?
Yeah, he came out with a gun and was like, I killed him.
You say why?
Yeah, I didn't ask him why, he was just like, I killed him. And it was like, if we tell anybody, that's why I don't really want to say nothing. But I know I gotta say something before somebody with me. But he said, if we say something, they're gonna kill us. And we'll move him and my whole family.
Did they take anything from the house?
Not that I know of, I didn't see anything.
Did you hear any gunshots?
Yeah, we heard
How many gunshots did you hear?
Probably about 6.
Did it all sound like it came from the same gun, or did it sound like a good fight?
Just one gun. And me and the king, we killed him. And we got love.
Now, which car did you get into?
The Explorer.
Did the Explorer pull up the house with you guys?
No, we had the Explorer was at the house at Frank's house. We all had met up there.
Where's Frank live?
I don't even know Pensacola.
Okay, that's right. He lives in Pensacola? Okay.
You and Frank was driving the van?
Yeah.
So Gary was with y'all?
When?
We went to the house.
What house you talking about?
The house where the murder occurred?
No, yeah, sure, at the house.
So he didn't go with y'all?
Gary's not there?
No.
Okay. So it's basically the same people that were living in when they went. Did you ever see a gun?
Yeah.
What did the gun look like?
Yeah, it was black.
A revolver or automatic?
Automatic.
And who had the gun?
Gotcha.
Did anybody else have a gun?
Not that I seen. He like, I killed him, and he was like, if anyone of y'all say something, I'm gonna kill y'all and your family.
What's Keem's last name?
Florence.
Florence.
So the black automatic, where do you have it?
What do you mean?
Where on this person? Do you have it in his hand? Do you have it tucked in his belt?
Oh, he had it in his pants.
And his pants were?
When he came out, he had it in his hand. When he showed us that he had put it in his back.
Did you see it when he went in?
No. That's it.
What time was that?
It was between, I know, 6 and 7.
6 and 7 at night?
Yeah. All I really know was a brick house.
How big?
It looked big to me.
Huh?
It looked big to me like it had a lot of rooms.
Can you describe the inside?
No, I didn't go inside.
Where was the car parked? Was it parked in front of the house, down the driveway? Or the van, I'm sorry.
It's parked right in front of the house.
Did they break the door in?
That thing, yeah, they got broke the door.
They broke the door in?
Yeah.
You didn't think anything was wrong with it?
Yeah, I knew something was wrong, but where can I go? That's cool.
I'm not saying that. I'm trying to
Dude,
get my
you full of
facts
crap.
because I don't know a lot about that happened all the way
You
over
full of crap, man.
On my way here, I realized that I have not yet done a proper coffee montage for 2026. And before we get in,
So we're kind of working on the blind here. So who went in the house?
All the people in the back, except for me right here.
So when they get out, everybody gets out except you two. And who picked you up to start this?
Gary.
How'd you meet Gary?
Well, he works at the shop across the street from my house.
What was the conversation like going there?
There was one talking about that, and everybody was quiet. You know, stayed ourselves like we, because we don't know that, so we just stayed ourselves in our camp and talking with them.
How much weed did they intended on getting?
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
Like, keep peace on my dog.
Did they say this guy sold them?
Yeah, they was like, so we.
How long were they in there?
3 minutes or so like that.
Did everybody go in the front door?
Yeah.
Was there a fence around the house or anything you had to go through to get there?
Yeah, we had drove through the fence. Like a gate, the brown fence.
Okay. Was it open? I mean,
Yeah, it was open, yeah.
Okay.
We just drove in there.
And you all just pulled up in the front, everybody leave alone?
They just got it like right back. They got out.
Were they moving quick? Were they just walking?
They moving quick.
5 people to go in and buy some dope. That's kind of seems strange, right?
Kind of do seem strange, but you know, we all could have been pitching money in to get it or whatever, make sure nobody's taking them dope from them because people people like that.
Do you know where these guys are now?
Which ones?
Any of them?
Any of them? No.
Freddie, you ever been in trouble before?
Yeah, I've been arrested for last, like 4 years, 5 years ago. I got police place. You know, the kind of us.
We're gonna try, man, okay? I appreciate you coming in. What were you wearing?
Well, I appreciate what it is.
Green and blue shorts?
Yeah.
They didn't say why they killed.
I never asked. Well, I really don't want to know what for real.
Next up was 16-year-old Rakeem Florence. Comment below any differences you notice between the brother-in-law's stories.
The fact is, you guys contacted us and wanted to tell us what you guys do about the incident in Pensacola, right?
Yeah, I was scared, you know what I'm saying? Until my mom came to me, like, you just gotta break it down, told me telling the truth. So we went all the way out to Pensacola, I think it was, to some dude, old dude named Frank house. And we picked up 2 white dudes. And we went to the house. They went in, they jumped out of the truck bad. So we like, what's going on? We just sitting in the truck.
You went to Frank's house?
And then we went to that big house.
But you went to Frank's house first?
Yeah.
Okay.
So picked up 2 white dudes, I don't know. It was Pat. Pat was there. I guess that's the dude's name. Gary's dude named Stalls and 2 white dudes. But Stalls and Gary came pick us up.
There are 2 white dudes, huh?
Yeah.
Can you describe them to me?
Older dudes. I really can't describe them too much. They older dudes. One I think had long hair.
Okay. What about the other one?
The other one, he just like old and like sunk in the face or something like that.
Are they both the same age, or is one older than the other?
Or the one with the sunk in face, he looked older than the other.
How old do you think they were?
Yeah, 40s and 50s.
Oh, man, old dudes. So yeah, I tell you. How old do you think I am?
I don't know.
Just trying to get an idea, man, as far as your thing of age.
Like 43.
You're a wonderful guy. Yeah. You ain't got a clue about age. Right, your grandfather. Okay, anyway. So you went to this big house.
Yeah.
What happened then?
They jumped out the truck.
Who jumped out the truck?
All the dudes except for me and Fred stayed in the truck.
Okay.
Like,
What kind of truck were you?
well, it wasn't just a van, it's a big red thing, big red van.
Okay.
And they got out of the truck all and we see they got guns coming back out.
They got guns?
Yeah.
Who had guns?
Everybody. I said, me and Fred laying down, they come back out and say, if you tell anybody, your whole family is dead.
Who'd you see with a gun?
The big dude Stalls and dude Pat. And I seen one more dude with a gun, the old dude.
The one with the sun kid?
No, this one with the long hair.
Stalls, black or what?
Black.
And where do you know Stalls from?
I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know none of these dudes. I heard of him before because he used to be in this little rap group. But other than that, I really don't know
His
him.
name Gary.
No, I really don't know Gary. I just met him before because he worked across the street.
But what I'm asking is, were they revolvers or automatics? I'm not talking full automatic. I'm talking like this.
I think
They come in different sizes.
Things like that, yeah. Things like that.
So they were all carrying semi-autos. Who had the big gun? You remember?
Big dude, Stalls.
Stalls had the big gun?
Yeah.
How big a gun was it?
Not big. But
How many shots did you hear?
my shots heard. And then they stopped, and I heard the thing one more. Dude Stalls said, like, dude, kill somebody. If y'all tell anybody, they say they're gonna kill your whole family.
He said somebody killed somebody?
Yeah.
Did he say who killed
No,
somebody?
he didn't ever say who. Nobody said who.
Where was Gary and all this going down?
Gary was in another car or something. He said he was gonna be there. He never came.
So you didn't see Gary there?
I seen him, but then he left.
You see him at the big house?
No, I didn't see him at the house.
Oh, okay. Driver's seat, passenger seat, then there's a bench seat here, and a bench seat here, right? Okay, who's sitting here? Who's the driver?
Stalls.
Passenger?
Dude, sunk in face.
Who's sitting in the middle?
That's me and Freddie.
Who's sitting in the back seat?
2 little dudes, they little dudes. I don't really don't know.
Black guy, black guy.
Black guy, 2 black guys. We're gonna drop Pat and we do GC somewhere else. We drop him off around the corner. And then I see him in the house in the end.
You dropped him off before you got
in
in
the
the house?
house. I see him coming out the house in the end.
So he got dropped off before you guys showed up at the house?
Yeah, he was in the van with us and then he got dropped out like somewhere, I don't know, like down the street. And we pulled in, I thought it was kind of weird, but I wasn't really like thinking about it. We pulled in and everybody jumped out. I seen him come back out with everybody.
Yeah. The way you guys are describing the people in the van, is that how you were when you got there, or how you left, or would you?
That's how it was when we got there in the van and stuff.
Okay, so everybody's sitting in the same place.
Yeah, except for the dude TC, he was sitting, the other older dude with the long hair, he was sitting in the driver's seat. He was driving.
And he was driving when you got there or when you left?
When we left, Stars was driving when we got there.
But you didn't hear anybody say, "I shot him."
How come y'all didn't go in?
Cause they was like, wait in here, wait right here. Like, this is my house, wait right here. Alright, so we waiting, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna disrespect nobody and go in their house when they tell me to wait. So we just waiting.
Who said it was their house?
Dude, TC with the long hair.
He said, this is my house?
Yeah.
So all the other 5 jump out?
Yeah, everybody else jump out.
Did that seem odd to you?
Yeah, it did seem a lot odd, but you know what I'm saying? That's how people act when you about to smoke. Some people act like that, you know what I'm saying? So,
you drove all the way over to Pensacola to get some weed?
Well, no, they came and pick me up.
I know that, but you wouldn't. You get weed for Long Beach?
Yeah, but I ride all the way to Pensacola, you know what I'm saying? They like, yeah, got some good weed, you know, like, they buy at my house, this, that.
How much they were getting?
How much?
No, I'm asking. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. They said it was gonna get like, they just said we was gonna smoke. They said we gonna smoke y'all out, man. You know what I'm saying? They didn't tell us nothing. They didn't
Smoke y'all out.
Yeah.
Zero that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Who'd you tell about this? First, only people knew was my baby mama and her brother, the dude Freddie was there. And I guess the word got out some way.
How long did you get inside?
Probably about 10, 15 minutes.
How did you get inside?
I wasn't really sure. I wasn't really watching me and Freddie having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? We started talking.
Did they walk up and ring the bell? Did you hear them break a door down?
I ain't had no door, you know what I'm saying, break down. But I looked and the door was wide open.
They walked out of the house with anything in their hand?
Yeah, something big. It could have been one of their guns. I already wasn't looking. Could have been right. Because right when everybody came on, they like, don't tell nobody about nothing. Somebody just shot somebody in the house and don't tell nobody nothing, or we'll kill your whole family. Tell you that. So we left it at that. When he said nothing, we asked no questions. When he looked back, kept our eyes to the road.
Companies don't understand legal workflows. I hear this objection all the time that technology companies don't understand legal workflows. It's true.
Yeah,
It's also
damn
nuanced.
shoulder hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, Twice Yearly Prep is here. One office visit every 6 months, 2 times a year for...
When he said nothing, we asked no questions. When he looked back, kept our eyes to the road.
Was that the first time you ever met Stones that night? So what happened after you left the house?
They dropped us back off.
From your word?
They dropped us off at his house.
Whose house? At Brady's house.
Yeah.
They drove the van all the way to here?
We got back in, installed truck, everybody got back installed truck and drive all the way down.
Who came back?
Who came back with us? Me, Stars, and G, Gary.
What kind of truck does Stones have?
Explorer, I want to say.
What colors?
Silver, gold, something like that. He never showed up to the house, but when we got back, he was there waiting on us.
Where, at the house?
Yeah, the Frank's house.
At Frank's house.
Who's Frank?
I guess the old dude. I just keep hearing names, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put names. The faces.
Which one was he?
The sun skin face dude.
How long were you at Frank's house?
Probably about 40 minutes.
What'd you do there?
Nothing. I sit in the truck. We just waited on people to come out. They went in. One person went in.
One person?
One person went in. Gary went in. Me, Styles, and Freddie stayed in the truck. When we came back out, they all came back out together. But he was the one that originally meeting the people. That's how he knew the people.
Which people?
Pat and people that want to smoke with.
Anything you're leaving out? I'll ask you straight up, did you go in the house?
No.
Did you shoot anybody?
No.
Did you have a gun with you that night?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to have you sit here. Okay, there's some investigators from Escambia County Sheriff's Office want to talk to you.
They here now?
They're on the way.
So I can sit outside?
Yeah, no, you can sit in this room. I'll let you sit in the conference room.
You sit in the conference room with Freddie, okay?
Okay?
Can you sit in there with my mom now?
But you can bring your mom. You can bring your mom.
Come in. All right. Let's get you out there.
While detectives organized the transportation of Freddie and Rakeem to the Escambia County Sheriff's Office, Okaloosa deputies arrested Gary Sumner for driving with a suspended license. The Walmart video and the co-conspirator statements of Gary being involved in the robbery allowed police to charge all three with open murder and home invasion robbery with a deadly weapon. Later that day, a man named Donnie Stallworth Jr., also known as Stalls, turned himself into the Escambia County Sheriff's Office. Sergeant Stallworth has been in the Air Force for 10 years and is currently stationed at Eglin Air Force Base, maintaining anti-aircraft systems.
Damn, and he was military.
2009. It was approximately 10:45 hours. Present in this interview is Donnie Stallworth. Mr. Stallworth, Investigator Watson, I have the duty to advise you that you are under arrest for murder. Specifically a murder that occurred in Pensacola, Florida. Before I ask you any questions, I must advise you your constitutional rights. Do you wish to waive your constitutional rights to have a lawyer present while being questioned and speak with us outside the presence of an attorney? All right. Duly noted that you are invoking your constitutional rights.
Donnie was the other black male in the Walmart video. Investigators interviewed Donnie's wife.
Stallworth, raise your right hand. You swear the information you're about to provide is true?
Yes.
Today's July 15th. Last Thursday was July 9th, 2009. Can you tell me where your husband was?
He was supposed to be with Gary.
And your husband's Donnie Stallworth?
Yes.
And who's Gary?
He owns Fifth Dimensions. He's one of my husband's friends.
Okay. Did he leave the residence alone?
Well, yeah, he lives in the truck.
In the truck we just towed out here?
Yeah, that's my only car.
Okay. And then what time did he come back?
It was probably after 11, or maybe it was 10, but I think it was 11. I can't remember.
Okay. And then after he came back, what happened?
I just got mad at him for being gone all day long.
Did you ask him where he had been?
Yeah. I said he was hanging out with Gary.
Hanging out with Gary.
And then I just went to sleep pissed off. I don't know what day it was. He said that he did something really bad and that he needed to be a man and own up to his actions. It was at work Sunday and he texted me and I'm like, what's going on? Because I thought he was having an affair anyways. I'm like, what's going on with you? You've been acting really funny. I'm thinking about filing for separation.
Okay.
And he was like, no, I'm gonna have to talk to you, you know. And then he said, I was texting him and then he didn't text back for long. He said, they just picked up G. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, something about G always gets picked up for a revoked license or driving with suspended license. And then
G?
Gary, they call it Gary.
Okay. Well, I need something to get something on. I got kind of nervous.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, we woke up that morning early and the TV was on and they showing this because I always put on Robin on CNN in the morning and he sees these three white guys or maybe two on TV and he just like his face changed and I was like, wow, is this really affecting him like this? I mean, I know it's terrible. And he grabbed his face and he just pulled his face down, you know, and he started rocking. He was like, I did something bad. And he said, I'm gonna lay down with the baby for a while. The baby's napping. I was like, you know, you did something bad, and you know, he was like, I knew something about the stuff in Pensacola, and I fell to my knees, and I went crazy, and I beat the shit out of him, and I told him, you can turn yourself in right now. You just turn yourself in right now. He said, I need to talk to my mom and dad first, so they can, you know, that they need to help you when I'm gone. And he called his mom. She was at work. She works for the state of Alabama, and she didn't understand what he was saying. She couldn't comprehend it. And his mom and dad got down here as soon as they could. They told him to hold off on turning herself in because she was talking to, like, she has a lot of people, like attorney friends, and they were trying to get him a lawyer because they didn't know the scope of it. And he just said bye to the kids. He said, Daddy did something bad, and don't ever make bad decisions when you grow up. And they're like, what? You know what? And my 7-year-old went and drew him a card with him holding hands. She said, Daddy, please hold me.
Spring, the unofficial new year for tool people. Celebrate spring savings at Harbor Freight.
Hey, if this is full, I can just walk in and get my eye exam done. We'll give you a notification and order ready for pickup. Oh, that was it.
Police charged him with the same crimes as the other 6. Based on the Billings home surveillance, detectives knew that Frederick and Rakeem's statements of not entering the residence were false. While the two pleaded for leniency, detectives would cut a deal only if they agreed to testify against their co-defendants and provide truthful statements.
He talked about Pat
I didn't have a picture of Pat with me at the time, so I'm going to show you a series of pictures. And these pictures, he may or may not be pictured. There's going to be 6 of them. It's going to be on a sheet of paper, kind of like this. You know, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want you to look at the paper. If you see him there, I want you to indicate by pointing to the picture, whichever picture it is, if he's there. You told me about a blonde and that was up there at the antique shop we talked about. I'm going to show you a picture, same thing. If you see him in there, same deal. And your buddy Stalls, who was with you, I got a picture because I didn't have him with me either on that, and I wanted to show you a picture there. And if you see him on there, same thing, just like all the others. Protection. So we're going to do always our best to make sure you are safe. I promise you that. I told that to you and your mama the other night when we met that. Now, your mama is in my county, and I realize you're scared. You told me the other night you were scared. But I told you that officer over there is going to make sure best of his ability that your mom and family are safe. I know you've been threatened, and we're going to make sure you are safe. Best of our ability, okay? Do you recognize anybody there by the name of Pat? If you would indicate for us and sign just like the end of the night. On this one, flip over, and you just look and see if there's anybody there you recognize. In this case, I think we're looking to see if you recognize the Stalls, as you call them, I think is what you call them. And do the same thing. If you see a person who may not be pictured there, if you see him, indicate so. If he's not there, tell me so. Now, this woman you described to us as blonde hair, she may or may not be pictured there. I know you told us you only saw that one night, but if you see her, please indicate so. If you don't see her, let us know. You're shaking your head, but I don't know what that, are you saying you don't see her, or you don't know, or you don't know? You don't recognize her in this lineup or anything? Okay. Do you have like a burn pit at your house, or? Yeah. Okay, so at your house, at your home, okay, is this not something y'all all got together and did? Y'all did it individually? Okay, and you and Pat burned your shoes. Was that part of the plan that you would burn your shoes too? No, I asked me, he told us to burn anything. Burn anything, okay. Rakeem is your brother. Do you know if he burned his or not? Yeah, he burned all his too. Okay. I think you told me that or not, you had never seen it before. And you described the antique shop for us. If you don't mind, could you describe it for me one more time, the antique shop, what you remember of it? I think you said you met in the parking lot, right? Well, why don't you go over that with me one more time, just so I can see if I can find it, see if I can understand where this antique shop is. Which side of the road the antique shop was on? When you're going to Pensacola, it was on that side. Okay. So if you're heading to Pensacola, it's on the right. So if I'm pulling in, and I guess if I'm heading back towards your town, taking a left, and I pull into where this antique shop is, where do I see you said something looked like apartments? Maybe right across the street. Okay. Right across that way. There's the antique shop in there, like right here. Oh, I guess there's a little side street in between? Okay, okay. As I recall, you said Pat was with this blonde-haired female, right? Where were they at when you pulled up? Were they sitting in the van, or what? Yeah, they were sitting in the van. What was sitting in the driver's seat? Do you remember that? Okay. And this woman was sitting in the passenger seat? Okay. No, I was right across the street from the shop. Oh, okay, I get it, okay. So you live right across from Fifth Dimension. You were there. Gary owned it? Yeah. Okay. So you worked for Gary at the shop, and then I guess you worked for him or with him on this deal, this robbery. You said that Pat had shown y'all pictures of the house. Do you remember how many pictures of the house he had? 4 or 5 of them. 4 or 5 of them? Did he actually show you printed pictures, or was it little Polaroid shots, or an Instamatic, or was it on a computer, or on a phone, or how did he show you these pictures? Like drawing looks. It was a drawing? Was it a picture? And then he was showing us like schematic and stuff like that. Okay. As I recall, you were getting like 100 of them. They're supposed to be like, correct from all, I think you said $13 million, right? And you said something about, did you mention something about a safe other than him carrying out? Were y'all looking for a safe? Where did he say his money was going to be kept at?
Is that a vault? Did he describe the vault at all? It just said, like, it was built around the house. He said it was supposed to be in the garage. Did he say how he knew this vault was in the house? Did you feel like when you left the house, and I think you said Stalls carried that safe out to the car, did you feel like that the safe he was carrying was the vault that y'all were trying to get to? No. Okay. Were people disappointed? Oh, we didn't get this. Why didn't y'all get the vault? I don't know. I wasn't really too worried about it. I thought I was just scared for my life because I realized that she probably kind of scared you when you started shooting. Yes, it was there. That ain't my type of thing. I don't think you have anything more to worry about. Pat's in jail, and I think Pat was the person making the statement to you. When he first left the room, I was outside. I ran back outside. Right, you wouldn't get the backpack, right? Now, the backpack's supposed to have stuff in there to carry the money. I'm assuming that's what's more. You know, you see this stuff on TV, they get a backpack because they're going to carry a bunch of stuff out of it, right? You get the backpack, and I guess you run over towards the bedroom because that's where the money's supposed to be, right? I ran to the stairs. I forgot who ran down the stairs. I got the bag from Okay. Somebody. And you said you saw the guy lying on the ground shot. At some point, I guess you went up to the doorway. Right. So like a couple more steps, and I like looked like that, and I seen it, and then I came back like that. So you went to that little piece of hallway next to the living room? Next to the bedroom? Okay. And you can see in that doorway. Did you ever see her getting shot? I know you said you saw him point a gun in the closet, but did you see her actually get shot? Did you ever see her laying there? No. It was a pretty gruesome scene. You know, these two people laying there and these children running around and stuff. And, you know, I realized you didn't go over there to do any of this. You know, you told me that. This was supposed to be a robbery. How did y'all coordinate getting into the house? I don't know, it was like that in the same place at the same time, but I heard my kid kick the door. Did you hear anybody else kicking the door? Yeah. So you heard the door getting kicked, and that kind of was your signal to kick the other door? Okay. Did you go in the antique shop? I don't even remember. That's what was unloading the stuff and putting it in the van. Are you putting it in the side door of the van or the back of her van? The back. And she gets out of the passenger seat, and you see her do what? She just walked to the front. I wasn't worried about her. I was getting stuff out. You think maybe she was looking out front to make sure nobody drove up on her? Did you kind of get that impression? That's what I thought she was doing. Gary and Stalls had been up there with Pat before, and so you figure they knew, or had they ever mentioned this woman he's with? No, they haven't mentioned. Was anybody mad? I mean, Gary seemed like he was kind of up on the thing. Was he trying to make explanations, or was Stallworth, or, I mean, was he shocked too, or did he think this was part of the plan, or? No, everybody, they was mad, what were they saying? They did all this and they didn't get nothing. Why did they know they was going to shoot? Who told you to burn the clothes? Who actually gave you all those instructions? Yeah. She was blonde, and that's all, and you remember the van. She looked older, younger? Older? Like old, like grandma old, or just like a little older? You're 19 years old. What did you think she was? Probably my age, his age? He's old. More like around my age? Okay. She looked fat or skinny or normal build or what? So normal build, medium build. She taller than you? Same height, shorter? You're how tall? 5'7".
You're saying Gary introduced you to Pat. How long prior to this night was that? A week before. A week before? Okay.
Well, yeah, I think you said about a week before is the practice day, right? Yeah. Did you meet him the day y'all went practicing? Was that the day you actually met him, or did you meet him actually before that? I met him. We had one at Walmart. At his car was on it? Stolen, I guess. He got hopped up and got Rock King Street in the car. And he got, I guess, went to Walmart, whatever they did. They got it in, and then we got followed them. Man, let's get you over there and get you on your way.
Based on the suspect's statements, detectives identified the antique shop owner as 47-year-old real estate agent Pamela Long Wiggins.
Missions Alive has become our art form. If you haul heavy, live where it's hot, or climb serious grades, chances are your transmission and torque converter are living life on the edge. We've developed something to help prevent those high temps from occurring in the first place. This is the new Banks Ram Air Transmission Pen, our latest durability tool. So how do we achieve cooler temps? By capturing
Shortly after she was named a person of interest by the media, her marine mechanic reported to police that he had just finished working on her boat and provided her location. Police swiftly arrested her and transported her and her husband, Hugh Wiggins, to the station for interviews.
In order to protect Charlie and me and you, we're recording the conversation. And I wanted to talk with you directly. Charlie talked with me. I explained to him that I felt that this was your best opportunity to be helpful. Charlie agreed. I know he's talking to you, and obviously you agreed to listen to what I have to say. There is information coming in to us. It's clear to me that we are probably going to charge you with accessory after the fact, if not other charges. Now, in terms of the evidence we have, we know that your van had the safe put in after the home invasion occurred. We know that based on what witnesses have told us. You were in the van, and it's important to us that we get the safe. There's other evidence that may implicate you as well. I'm not sure the extent to which the evidence in your house implication. You probably know more about that than we do. Your lawyers told me that you can't, that you don't feel comfortable talking today, that he doesn't feel comfortable recommending that you talk. My purpose in meeting with you is to convince you that it is in your best interest to talk today. And I'm not going to absolutely positively rule out anything, but I'm not going to be in any mood then to talk to you, Tom.
Well, are straight from the horse's mouth. Go ahead and down. I don't want you to say anything there. Let me and her further discuss this and let me give her my best advice and we'll proceed accordingly.
We are going to search the car. We have a search warrant for the car. And we're going to do that today. So if you go home today, you're going to need to make arrangements to go with Charlie or get somebody to pick you up.
Assistant State Attorney, Ms. Long, we discussed this matter with your attorney, and pursuant to those discussions, it's my understanding that you're going to give a statement. Pursuant to that agreement, the state of Florida, through the state attorney's office, will grant you use immunity. Use immunity means that we cannot use any statements that you make against you. Do you understand that? You need to say something out loud. Do you understand?
Sort of, yeah.
All right, do you have a question about it? If you have a question, ask me now. We're going to suffer through this, okay? Do you feel comfortable going forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do the best I can.
All right. Pursuant to our discussions, that you will be charged as an accessory after the fact, but in consideration of your making a statement, cooperating at this time, you will be allowed to have a bond set on that charge of $10,000. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you also understand that this agreement entails that you cooperate and are truthful? And that if you do not cooperate or are not truthful in your statements, then the agreement is not going to be enforced?
Yes.
Okay. Understanding all that, are you ready to answer the questions?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Tell me where the safe is located.
The safe is located in the rear corner of my yard under a pile of bricks. You know, your investigators are really sloppy at looking at things.
Okay. When you say the rear corner, where?
Entering the property, the left rear corner right in front of the garage, there is a pile of brick.
Okay, and also the weapons, the guns.
They are with a friend over in Mississippi. I'll have to arrange to get those back.
If you do elaborate and give me the names, you've got to tell them where they are pursuant to this deal.
I know the guy's name is Ed. He's a friend of Hughes. I'm not really sure.
Ed is a friend of Hughes. Where in Mississippi?
Out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what that town was. He knows.
How do I go to the interstate?
Well, we went 10 to somewhere along. It was just barely into Mississippi on this side of the bridge where you go over that big marsh or whatever. It's inner Mississippi. It was on this side, so I don't know what the hell that is. He and I went over there and we handed Ed the guns, and I said, these may have been involved in something. My understanding is they were not used for anything, but I just need them away from me. This ain't no so cool.
What kind of guns were they?
Guns that I've had for about 20 years. 2 of them were Mossberg shotguns, and one was an AK-47.
Was there any other guns?
No.
Were there any handguns?
No.
Were you ever in possession of any handguns?
The absolute best phone holder for your car. Your phone clips right into it, and it attaches to your rear view mirror. So if you have a rear view mirror, this is for you. You don't have to worry about trying to attach it to your bit or your cup holder or taking up space anymore. It's hands-free. It has a 360-degree swivel, so you can put your phone in any position that you want. It's on a flash sale right now in the TikTok shop, so click that orange shopping cart and get this before it runs out.
Behind every missed deadline, quality issue, or stalled project lies a hidden solution. Your data. The real opportunity isn't in just collecting information, it's using it to connect teams with actionable processes. The Autodesk Fusion platform brings your design, engineering, and production workflows into one connected system, coordinating the flow of information across the enterprise so your teams move faster, make smarter decisions, and never lose sight of what's next. Imagine its experts ensure a tailored solution integrated into your digital ecosystem, automated around your goals, and built to scale with you. By connecting the technology your teams use to create and consume data, Autodesk Fusion Platform transforms chaotic data silos into a single source of truth, empowering faster collaboration and smarter decisions. Unify your digital ecosystem and transform data chaos into operational efficiency.
I found a handgun.
Where?
I don't remember right now if it was in my van. I think it was in the back of my van. I thought, oh, you know, what's this thing doing here? And I hid it.
Where did you hide it?
Under the back seat of a car.
What car?
It's a red Buick GS.
Red Buick GS? Where's that car located?
Right now it's at the shop to get the air conditioner fixed.
What shop?
It's out there on Jackson, West Jackson Street. He has
Is it
a
a
garage.
business or a house?
He has a garage out behind his house.
So it's a resident in
A
a
residence business, yeah. It's bright red with the black stripes on it, my baby. And if you go with the driver's side, all you gotta do is just pick up the back seat. You don't have to take it out. Just pick up the back seat, kind of squat down, and look up between the springs. And then they have like the gray mat insulation underneath the springs.
Okay. If I go out there and find the car, you giving me permission to go in that car and retrieve that gun?
Sure.
Do you know Patrick Gonzalez?
I do.
Okay. I will know Patrick.
I've known him several months, and we've gotten very close. We're like, I allegedly call him my favorite girlfriend. Because we hang out a lot together and go places, and we've all gotten to be family friends, and as far as I know, they're great people. His wife, their children, come over to the house and barbecue, and kids swim in the pool, and when I'm out of town, he goes and feeds the dogs and cats for me, and he looks after my kids, and, you know.
When is the last time you saw Pat?
I I know he borrowed my van Thursday.
He borrowed your van?
Yeah, that morning. He called me and he said, you sound like you're not feeling well. I said, I'm not. I'm just not having a good day. They've changed, my medication's messed up. And I think I'm just going to hang around the house today and work on paperwork. And so we've been moving. I'm tired to sort things out around the house today. And he brought it back sometime in the middle of the afternoon. I don't know exactly, 3 to 5 range there.
When did you see him next?
Later that night.
At what time?
I don't have any idea.
What's the dark? What was the dark outside? Where did you see him at?
He called me and said, meet me at the antique mall. It sounded urgent. And I said, okay. And here was this SUV with black guys in it that I don't know. I don't know all these people are doing here. And they said, they had this little safe.
Where was the little safe?
It was in one of their vehicles.
Do you remember which one?
Because it was dark and I was trying to talk to Patrick and one of the black guys showed it.
Okay. Do you remember what color of the car it came out of?
It was an SUV and it was dark. I don't know, I'm almost thinking gold, bronze, something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't pay much attention really because I was just shocked. I mean, I was like scared what's going on.
What did Pat tell you? Why he wanted to meet you at the antique mall?
He said, here, I need to get rid of these, make them go away.
When you say these, what are these?
My 3 guns,
Which are what?
over in Mississippi,
Okay.
in that safe.
Okay.
And that's all he told me, and then they left.
How did Pat get your guns?
That I'm not sure of. We were talking about that earlier, and he has a kid. I mean, he comes and goes. He's a family friend. Him and his wife, and he lives where my daughter has her high key on the back porch, and he comes and goes.
Where did you keep those guns at your house?
They were upstairs in the bedroom, in a closet.
Which bedroom?
The guest bedroom.
When he tells you to get rid of these, what explanation is he giving?
He did. They just hurry. I didn't know what. Just tried to help a friend. He said something about we got into a situation, we didn't shoot these. We didn't need these or something. I think that's what he said.
Just why that?
I like that it was real quick. It was like, here, get rid of these, we gotta go.
What did you do then?
I had a key to the lock on the container and the black guy picked. The black guy got it out of their SUV and set it in the back of my van. I said, oh, no. What am I going to do with that? I said, oh, well, just stick it right there. And they stuck it in the container.
Did you lock the container back?
I did. And then I went home and all night, and that's why I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do with this? I mean, because if it's on my lot of property, then I'm responsible for it. At that time, I didn't know what had happened, and I didn't want to cause him any undue grief. And then when I heard what had happened, I was in such shock. I'm still, every time I think about it, I just start shaking my head. I don't understand. I don't know who did what. I don't know what happened that night. From what I'm hearing on the news and what he's charged with, I'm thinking, here I am stuck with this. It's kind of heavy. It's probably 80, 90 pounds, something.
Can you describe it real quick?
I don't know, about a 2-foot square or something, beige, I think. I knew I could pick it up. And I didn't want to hurt a friend, but I didn't want to get hung with it either, because I didn't do it. I guess it was a bad mother. My son knows nothing about what had happened. I went to him, I said, Casey, I want you to do me a favor. I said, Patrick and some guy showed up with this little safe and stashed it. And then there's a bunch of stuff in the news, and I think he's gotten into some trouble. I don't know what all's happened. But I need to get that out of my locked possession. So I asked him to bring it over to the house and put the bricks on top of it, because I just didn't know what else to do with it.
Your son Casey, how old is he? Was the safe open anytime you saw it? It's been locked the whole time. Did you know it?
I didn't look at it that long. I saw these guys sit in the container and locked it, and I took my key and left. And then I asked my son to go over there and get it. He didn't even know about all the stuff I'm telling you. He had no idea about.
and said, just sit it right here. And then I didn't touch it. I just put bricks on top of it. So to tell you the truth, I didn't look at it close.
During the search warrant, it was common knowledge we were looking for a safe. Why didn't you tell me it was there?
Supposed to tell you, y'all were there tearing my house apart. I couldn't even step in the door of my bedroom. It took me 3 hours to put my bed back together where I had a place to sleep.
You're dealing with Pat. When was the first time your knowledge was that they were going to rip somebody off?
A couple months ago or so, I heard him talking about some guy that was laundering money. He was a nasty, evil, horrible guy. He was laundering money for the Mexican mafia and so forth and so on. And some guy said something about they wanted to get rid of him.
Some guy? Who was some guy?
What he told me was somebody Cab or Cabo or something like that.
What did Pat say about Cabo or Cab?
He just said that there was a contract out on that guy.
And who was that guy?
Apparently, the victim.
Did he ever mention that guy by name?
Probably. I think I heard the name Billings or something. I never met him, never saw him, didn't know anything about it. I think, there was probably several different conversations about him making a robbery. But that was as far as I knew, was he was going to rob somebody.
Did those conversations happen at your house?
There probably were some there. And he would consult some things, and I told him, no, it's not a good idea, don't do it.
The conversations that you had about the robbery, did they tell you how they were going to do it?
Well, I heard 2 or 3 different versions.
Let's go with the first version.
It was variations on climbing a fence or going in and kicking the door in and finding a safe room and loading up the money.
When you say safe room, what do you mean by safe room?
There was supposedly a safe room where this guy kept all his money that he was laundering, and it didn't make a lot of sense to me.
When you say go around and kick it in, what do you mean by that?
Like kicking the door. I had met his dad, but I didn't know he was in on this deal. And all those black guys, I don't know them.
Were those black guys ever at your house during any of these conversations?
So sometimes when they get us off work, we get in the scotch pretty hard, and Patrick showed up with a black guy. And what they talked about, I don't really know, because 3 guys were talking.
Where were they at?
The living room downstairs.
When you say those 3 guys, who would those 3 guys be?
You and Patrick and a black guy. And I remember he told them, don't bring anybody else to our house. I didn't know who he was at that time.
I didn't know who it was.
The black guy.
At that time, who is he now?
Gary.
Gary who?
I don't know Gary who.
How many times have you met Gary?
Well, that time, I was totally intoxicated. He has a paint and body shop or something, and in my garage I got a 59 Bentley that's in primer that needs to be finished sprayed. And he came over and looked at the car, finished painting it for me.
Did you participate in any plans to obtain money from Mr. Jones?
I had conversations with Patrick on several different occasions where he would discuss possibly doing a robbery this way, or possibly doing a robbery that way, or possibly doing a robbery another way, and trying out different scenarios. And I discussed that with him.
What would be the scenarios?
Finding the wife somewhere and picking her up, bringing her back to the house, or just going to his office, or kicking the door in, just throwing ideas out, plans. And I said, well, that sounds stupid, or that sounds crazy, or why would you do that?
Were those your ideas or his ideas?
They were his. I mean, he was just discussing possible ways to do a situation.
When you said earlier that different ways, was this with the same victim or always a different?
No,
the idea of doing this one robbery.
Kicking the door in, what would be your answer on the other side of it?
I'd be like, well, how do you know you can kick the door in? How do you think there'd be a security system and what's going to happen when you get in there? You know, people have alarms and like that. He said he knew there was a high level of security there. He said he knew that the guy had videos in his office, you know, where he could watch the kids during the day while he was gone. And I said, well, I mean, I'm an amateur here. I said, don't you reckon that they were recording some of that?
What did he say?
He said, they didn't know. And I said, well, don't you reckon you want to look into it?
Did he ever tell you he was going to kill him during that robbery?
No, he said it was going to be a military commando, just kick the door in and go to the safe room.
How were they going to get into the safe?
Didn't say, didn't specify.
Did they have a target date that got canceled before the actual incident?
Yeah, about a week or so before that, about a week and a half before that Thursday, he said, we're going to do a robbery. We're going to hit this guy that launders all this money. He said, would you?
When was the first time you heard?
Yo, she, you got any more aspirin, man? My back is killing me. Ooh, you're not looking so good, man. How'd you mess up your...
What time you heard of this robbery? I guess it was a couple of days after it happened because I was offshore when it happened. Okay. I mean, I was offshore. I mean, I was like 120 miles away from, and I wasn't watching the news or anything like that. I worked 12 hours on, 12 hours off, which means I'm up about 14 or 15 hours a day. So when I get off, I take a shower, usually lay down, do some reading, so I wasn't watching TV. When I'm on, I'm not sitting around watching TV, I'm working.
Okay, and who told you?
Pam did when I called her.
She told you this information over the phone?
What information?
About this incident?
About the incident, she told me that something bizarre had happened. He said that someone had offered, that he had been offered a contract.
What kind of contract?
To eliminate someone.
And did he say by who?
Yes.
And who is that he said gave the contract?
He told me that Cav Tice put the contract out for 20 grand.
So you understand that he was going to be paid 20 grand to take out the Billings, I'm assuming?
Him.
Mr. Billings?
Mr. Billings. I guess I'm not even, Mr. Billings, is that his name?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, but, I'm not.
Okay.
And he thought that I would be interested because of the amount of money that was there, and I told him it wasn't worth that. I'm not interested in it. I've got a career. I got a woman that I love that loves me back.
And he was comfortable with you having knowledge of this and just declining the offer?
Yeah, I guess he thought he was going to change my mind or that.
The rest of Hugh's statement was consistent with what Pam said. The state attorney's office charged Pamela with accessory after the fact to a capital felony. Hugh Wiggins was not charged with any crime related to this case. Detectives determined that Henry Cab Tice was not involved in the robbery or homicide. He wasn't fond of Bud Billings, but he did not order a hit. Police found no evidence of misconduct by Bud Billings towards the children. Investigators determined that Patrick had sought assistance with disabling the Billings home surveillance system. A white male originally tasked with that role was identified, but he did not meaningfully participate in the crime. The mastermind, Patrick Gonzalez.
Come on. Really? Come on. Gotta work yourself out here. Anyways, they went to jail. I'm sorry that it cut out there at the end, but they did go to jail. All of them were tried with murder. With murder, and home invasion. Like, share, subscribe. See y'all later. Peace.